Good after my smoke.
3, 2, 1, 0, -1.
I mean,
And we're live.
thanks. Say what you will about smoking, but I've credited smoking to saving my life a lot of times.
I mean, it's a psychological thing. That's why I do this shit now, the
Yeah,
douche
that's
the douche
exactly it.
straw.
So like I've been losing all this weight and everything. My stomach's just been feeling like shit for forever, So because of all the stress in my life, have a fucking cigarette. Magically, a couple hours later, I can eat something.
Right. Yeah,
So
this thing has been great. I haven't had a chew or a smoke since we were on set.
there you go. And you don't get any of those like weird, obnoxious flavors or smells or anything, do you?
I mean, I got this thing called Rainbow Drops. It's kind of like vaguely resembles like creamy Skittles.
Hmm.
And I've been like that's what I've been rolling with since I started
Fair.
this because
I just hate walking past those people, and they do it in, like, a
oh,
confined
the
space or a large
obnoxious and it's
crowd.
like a cloud.
Yeah, and you just, like,
Yeah.
smell Mountain Dew or whatever,
No, no,
and,
no, no.
like
This actually smells really good. It smells kind of fruity. Well, it is fruity.
Yeah,
And it's like I don't feel like shit when I do it,
good.
right? Like I don't like when I smoke cigarettes, I feel like shit. And it
Oh,
like
no,
weird, it
cigarettes are
kind of
like
bogs you down.
oh, no, it's like Popeye eating his spinach for me.
Dude, so if I go out and run after not running for like a while and I'm just doing this, I don't hack up like fucking weeks or months worth of shit.
Fair.
I'm out of shape and I breathe harder, but like I don't feel like dog shit,
That's
doing
fair.
this. I don't
You
wake
just
up feeling
stop
like
halfway through your run, you light one up, and then you're just good to go again, like
yeah, yeah,
So,
but no,
but to
that's
be
why
fair, I haven't
yeah.
had a cigarette in, like, probably 2 months almost, so until today, so because I can just start and stop whenever. I'm not really addicted to anything, so
Well, that's how I was with cigarettes, but dip, man, holy shit. I was
you
hooked
were
on
way
that
into
shit
that,
for
yeah.
years. And I haven't had a dip since yeah, we were on set. I bought one can, I didn't even finish it on set.
There you go.
And
Did you put it up somewhere and be like, "My last can of dip"?
no, I chucked it in the garbage.
Oh, you didn't put it up on display or anything? Come on now.
No, it's not like it's not that important. Like, you
Whenever
know,
I decide to have my last fucking pack of cigarettes, that thing when it's empty is just it's fucking going up somewhere.
to each their own.
That's right. Like
I just don't
everything
care
else.
enough about it. But like, I mean, this is still nicotine, but it's like, it again, my lip isn't getting fucked up.
Yep.
It's like my lungs are probably getting fucked up in a weird way that we won't know about for 50 years until
Yeah,
I'm
they're
dying
still
of
figuring
fucking
out the
cancer. Where
science on that crap. So,
yeah, this stuff's made in Minnesota though. It's regulated heavily.
well,
Um,
everything in Minnesota is regulated super fucking heavily.
right, but this stuff is it's not bad. The juice, and then I don't know. I get the nicotine, which I don't, and it's the habit too, like the oral fixation
Yeah,
thing.
just the doing it thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know. It's just eventually I want to quit. Just nicotine
Just
in
to, yeah, get
general.
yourself off of it. Yeah.
But right now I'm enjoying this, and it's a lot less shitty, I think, than like burning organic matter and inhaling it or putting it in your lip with
Yep.
salt and all that shit. So, 'cause I mean, I smoked and chewed for fucking years, like 20 years, right? And this has
I
been
get it.
cool. I
I'm
mean, yeah,
trying
it's
real
just
hard to be healthy. I've kept really good with my whole sugar stuff. I'm lactose intolerant now, which sucks real hard,
oh, so am
unfortunately.
I.
Because
So am I.
even like with your thing, first of all, those fucking East Coast guys are wrong. Wisconsin does have the best cheese.
Correct.
So, and I wish I could help you in your argument against them about how they really
Well,
do.
if you have hard cheese, the lactose is done because I don't get
Pretty
sick from
much. Well,
hard
there's
cheese.
still some, but
No, I'm
it's
I'm I'm
I
not
could
talking
do
like
that. Yeah.
cheddar, but like I'm talking like Parmesan, fucking
Mhm.
aged, really aged cheddar where it's crumbly, with the
Yeah.
salt crystals.
Yep.
Because yeah, like yeah, I can't drink milk anymore. Like if I drink milk, I shit my brains out and it stinks. It's
Exactly.
disgusting. Yeah, and I can have kefir because the lactose is pretty much gone out of that. I can have yogurt, like actual yogurt, not the
Yep. Well, because that breaks down a lot of the lactose too.
yep.
Yeah.
But I can have that. But it's just like as far as milk and like ice cream even gets me fucking
That was my
churning.
fucking favorite food before I was lactose intolerant was ice cream.
Right.
But I'm like I'm real basic. I'm just like a vanilla person.
Oh yeah, me too. Like I would take vanilla ice cream and I would take maraschino cherry juice, like the liquid,
Yeah,
and just pour it on top of there, mix it in, and it's like that's fucking so good. It's like a cherry dip cone from
yeah.
DQ, you
Oh,
know?
no. Kosher baby dill pickles, vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, sweet and salty. I couldn't do that.
It works it's a lot better than people seem to think. So,
Yeah.
but
It's
that's kinda
whatever,
my
to
thing,
each their
kosher
own.
baby dill pickles, but it's gotta be, like, the good vanilla, not the, like, yellow artificial bullshit.
No, the French vanilla where the little bits of
The
vanilla
little
are in
flecks in it,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, a little flex, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like yeah, I mean, yes, I can't eat ice cream like you can't. I can't do raw milk. Or I haven't tried raw milk because here's the thing is like the milk you get in the store is homogenized and pasteurized.
Mhm.
And I remember when I was a kid and there was people at like kids I went to school with that their family owned or families own
Yeah,
like dairy farms. And you go in the bulk tank and you just take a mug and then you just get out of the bulk tank. It was fresh. It was not heated
yeah,
or anything.
and it has a lot of natural, like, enzymes and stuff in it that they
Enzymes.
take out that actually help you break stuff down and
Correct.
process it, and
And so I'm
they take
actually
all of that out because it ruins the life of the milk.
I do have a thing that like shows where they sell raw milk, like actual raw milk.
Yeah,
And I might actually try that to see if there's a difference. If I get the shits, whatever, big
yeah,
fucking
at
deal.
least you tried it, you know?
Yeah, but like, because I think because I fucking love. I grew up on milk. Like I live in dairy state, right?
Yeah,
So it's like
exactly, you know, same. Like I had it like my whole life, and then even for like years when I was lactose intolerant, I just thought I was having like indigestion, and I just
right, but
kept
it's
eating ice
yep.
cream and drinking milk because it wasn't that bad. And then my doctor's like, "You're fucking lactose intolerant."
Yeah, most people become lactose intolerant the older they
Over,
get.
or yeah, over their lifespan. But like I never
Yeah.
thought it was. I never, to be fair, I never get it super bad. I'm not one of those people that has like the gut wrenching pain and like all the diarrhea and
No,
stuff.
I get diarrhea, but it's not like gut wrenching. It's just like I have to shit now.
I just
You
get
know, it's like
gas.
one of
I
those.
get so bloated.
Yeah, exactly. You get gas, and then like with gluten, I get the cramps, like the fucking
Hmm.
crippling over, cold sweats, fucking cramps, and that's not good.
No.
Um, but with dairy, it's just like I have to shit, like,
Yep.
it's really quick too.
Yep.
With
You get
gluten,
it
it takes
in
a
and
few
you get it
hours,
out
but
pretty quick.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
yeah, it's funny to like kind of see the diets of like people in the U.S. and like how there's a lot of people that are like lactose intolerant. They don't know it. There's a lot of people that have like gluten intolerance, not necessarily celiac, but like
Well, it's because of our whole fucking dietary fucking food scheme
well, and
pyramid and
after
trying
World
to
War
keep.
II, they literally genetically changed the
Yeah,
molecule of wheat gluten.
yeah.
You know, because you get more yield per
Mhm.
less square.
They try to feed more people, and they add
Right.
chemicals to everything, and they do all the shit, and then you remember the food pyramid and how it was literally entirely fucking upside down from what it's supposed to be? Just because the government wanted to, like, subsidize all this crap and, like, brainwash people into buying
Well,
whatever
and
it
do you
was
know who
like
made the food pyramid?
the FDA.
No, General Mills.
Wouldn't surprise me. Fucking
No, literally, look at it.
yeah.
Look at it. The shit
And,
we were
like,
fed in the
grains is like,
90s.
"You should have, like, 50% of your diet should be
Yep.
grains," and it's like,
Yep.
"What?"
Exactly. And it's like, no, people like most humans throughout history, yeah, bread was a staple for poor people
Yeah.
because it was like cheap. It was a
Mhm.
grain and you could make it and it
It's
got you
stored for a
through.
long time, but,
Yeah, it
like,
got you through, but it wasn't like,
meat and
you know,
vegetables, that what you should be eating.
yeah, meat. Well, vegetables are also in my opinion, I'm not a I don't do the carnivore diet, but like vegetables, in my opinion, for humans are something that sustains you while you're getting meat, while you're
Yeah,
hunting meat.
well, it has a lot of the gaps in it. The vegetables are mostly just water and some vitamins and minerals you're gonna
And
get
but
from.
here's the thing:
Yeah,
is humans aren't good at breaking down cellulose. Like the
no.
human body is not. So that's why, like, if you eat a ton of like leafy greens and whatever, you shit it out, and it's kind of undigested, right?
Yeah, because you can't break it down. You're just
Right.
getting water from it, and that's because you chewed it up first.
And vitamins, which are fine,
Yeah,
but like, so I'm not saying don't eat vegetables because like they're fine, but like a balanced diet of like actual meat, not processed meat, like fucking bologna or shit like that, like
I love
actual
bologna.
meat and vegetables. That's what humans have been surviving on for fucking
forever.
ever.
Yep.
And then grains are a pretty recent thing. That's like the past, like what, 5,000 years, somewhere in there.
Well, if you count beer, it's
Well,
been
beer came from bread.
yeah, a long time, but like as far as like a staple part of the diet, bread wasn't like a staple part of the diet until like almost Bible times. So
Right, because it's like labor intensive as shit to
it's a
make.
it's a ton of water and it's a ton of like land you need to do it. Yeah, and it's a
Yep.
ton of work. The only benefit it has is that it stores well.
Right. So yeah, it's weird. Like people survived on meat and some vegetables and fruits a lot
Mhm.
as well.
Forage stuff.
Yep, forage stuff. And so there's something to be said about that. But or there'd be
For
people
sure.
like, no, you need grains, It's like, I'm so fucking sick of
No,
the whole.
you don't, because it's all just filler food.
It is. It's just filler to get you through.
That's all grains are, because all that carbs are just complex sugars.
Right.
That's
Exactly. They
all
just
it is.
take longer to break down. Yep.
Yeah. It's just
Yep.
something for your body to get energy to go forward. It's not actually good for you.
Well, it's kind of funny, like your liver and your gallbladder and your pancreas and everything work together to create enzymes to break down certain kinds of food.
Mhm.
And when you mix a shitload of carbs with a shitload of meat, your body wants to break down the protein first, right?
Yeah, because it needs it.
That's the most efficient fuel for the human body and most
Mhm.
carnivores, right? And so when you combine them, that's why a lot of the carbs just get immediately processed and stored into fat.
Yep.
And because it's like, well, this is energy that we can use in the future when we don't have meat.
Well, just be like Devin. Stress yourself out to the point where you don't eat, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's how humans have survived for fucking.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most of humanity's been in an Auschwitz diet for most of its existence because you had to work really
Oh
hard to get
yeah.
food.
Well,
So,
there's a video I was watching today. Of this guy that he cleans out culverts and shit, but like he also has another channel where he just kind of like he'll open old food,
mhm.
and if it's safe to eat, he'll try it out. And he made this thing where it was just dehydrated soup, basically. It's dehydrated vegetables and some
Yeah,
noodles from the 20s, and he reconstituted that. He boiled it for 15 minutes and ate it. And he's like, it's pretty bland, but like if you were having to survive, you could do this.
that's how food was back in the day, though. It was also bland.
Right. Yeah, because you add your own spices to it. And there
Yeah,
were herbs in there and everything, but like
but also food
it's
just in general was bland.
well
You
not
didn't
not
need
not
as much sugar. Like nowadays, stuff has so much sugar in
well
it
no
because people
sugar
make
sugar.
it.
I'm not talking about I'm talking savory spices. I'm not
Yeah,
talking sweet spices. I'm talking like oregano, fucking thyme,
salt,
basil or basil as the fucking Brits would say it.
basil. Yeah.
But like the savory spices,
Mhm,
oregano, coriander,
mhm.
fennel, all that shit. I don't like fennel, but like, you know what I'm saying? Is like that's the kind of shit that made. I mean, there were entire wars in history fought over spices.
And whole empires built on the back of cinnamon and
Spices,
nutmeg and stuff.
right? Yeah,
Like
cinnamon. Yeah, exactly.
that.
And
Don't look up the
it's
Dutch Empire, you guys. They did some heinous. Probably one of the most cruel empires in world history, and people don't
yeah,
even
going along the
realize it.
African coast and doing what they did. Yeah,
Yeah, and
fun
how
shit.
like they were like, "Oh, you guys have the hello, indigenous people. I see you have a bunch of cloves on your island. Would you like to harvest that for us? No? Okay." Then they would kill everybody and move people from islands that accepted over to that. They literally exterminated whole cultures over like cinnamon.
Well, and they would also go, bring me to your fucking leader, okay, your
Mhm.
king. Show me your daughter. We're gonna take her and
Yeah,
you're gonna do this for us. Nope.
and we
Okay,
won't
well
kill her.
then, yeah, we're gonna fucking kill her in front of you then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it's gonna go. And yeah, I mean, it
Right.
was fucking insane. The Dutch were nuts, but like,
They were awful. And everyone's like, oh, the British Empire and the French Empire. I'm like, oh, no, it's the little empires that got overlooked.
here's the thing. I'll just say it in general. Europeans in general are some of the shittiest people
Fuck
to have
yeah.
ever existed.
Fuck yeah. You know what? But it's our culture. Unfortunately, that's what white people are really good at, killing everybody else. We're the
Yep,
best at it.
exploiting, killing,
Yeah. We're the best
pillaging.
at it.
Yeah,
That's our culture. And I get it. I get it. All right. It's a shitty culture historically in the past. All right.
but it's
But that's
powerful.
what we're good at.
It's powerful though.
Yeah.
You know, you
So
get people to
we're the
follow the
best
fucking
at it,
line, but
you know?
it's just so fucking weird. And I mean, because like when you had Genghis or Genghis Khan, whatever the fuck you want to pronounce it, don't fucking crucify me for that. He was from Mongolia, and it's
Mhm.
like that was at the top of that. In the 13th century, and well, yeah, mainly the 13th century. Fucking did work, and that was from Asia. That was from Central Asia.
Yep.
And the only ones that actually beat him back and like fucking put up resistance seemed to be
The white
Europeans.
people. Yeah, the
Yeah,
people that were really fucking good at killing people because they were so good at killing each other before an external force showed up.
right. And it was like, okay, we'll think about that because like, but also to be fair, like it was very sparsely populated in between like his conquest and
Mhm.
what villages and little settlements that he did find.
Exactly, but then you come up against these small little at the time, densely packed
Yeah,
principalities that have been doing nothing but fight with each other for forever, and now you give them something to unite against.
exactly. I was just gonna say that word,
So
unite. Oh, you got to Budapest? Not good.
yep,
We're gonna send everything we have.
that's
We're
right.
gonna forget our little conflicts, our little shitty petty conflicts, and we're gonna go and fight these fuckers. And they
Yeah,
did, and they were
because the Pope
successful.
told us to.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah, the Pope, fucking gross.
because the Pope told us to.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I get it though. Fuck. Man.
So yeah, it's fucking insane. But yeah,
That's
and
our culture though. White people are the best at killing everyone else.
and having petty fucking conflicts.
That's right. The best.
The best.
That's right. Just remember it next time it comes around because white people only get one day. We don't get a whole month. We only get June 11th.
What's June 11th?
White Race Appreciation Day.
Oh, I didn't even know that it
We only
existed.
have one day and it's recognized. It's a recognized
Well,
holiday.
who gives a fuck? I didn't even want that day. Like, who gives a fuck?
I only know that because it's like a week before my birthday.
But there actually is a day.
Yeah, June 11th.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah,
fucking retarded.
because
Like,
there's like Black History Month and Asian History
yeah, yeah,
Month and
yeah,
then
yeah,
like Indigenous Peoples Month. We get one day as white people. One.
yeah.
So
Well,
to be fair, we should have a whole year because No,
yeah. No, it's fucking that whole shit just irritates me because it's like, who gives a fuck?
fair.
Like,
You
who
know, I
gives a
was so
fuck?
happy that my birthday was in like the most boring month. And did you know my birthday's been totally overtaken by Juneteenth now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like right there. So, what do you
Yeah,
do?
yeah. It's not Emancipation Day. It's Juneteenth. Like,
Juneteenth.
how fucking retarded? Like, if you're gonna have a retarded day like that to begin with,
Mhm.
why would you name it something like more cool?
Well, that's because that's what Texas called it, because Texas was the last state to ratify the Emancipation Proclamation, and that was the date they did it.
Fun.
So like, I get the historical context, but
Yeah, it's just like, why the fuck do we even, you know,
bother. Who cares?
who
I
gives
get
a
it.
fuck? Yeah. Like, I mean,
No
some people
lives
do it
matter.
because it's like, imagine being so fucking boring that
Mhm.
your entire existence depends on your fucking sexual, racial, ethnic, and whatever identity. It's like,
Yeah,
so how about you be your own person? That would be cool. Be your own person,
yeah.
and that's cool. But like, you have to like, you're so fucking vapid and so fucking boring and so idiotic. You have to glob on to like things that happened in the past and your identity. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, my skin color. I'm a white dude, right? You're a white dude. Who gives a fuck?
I'm not actually, according to all of the stuff, because I'm Slavic. I'm technically colored.
Oh yeah, you're Slavic. Well, I'm Slavic too because I'm Polish.
You got to
So
be over 50%. If you're over 50%, you're colored technically.
fuck. I'm not quite 50.
I'm
Shit.
colored because I'm exactly 50. So
Jeez, yeah.
I am technically a
I mean, but,
colored
but
person.
like realistically, how fucking retarded is that? How
I
stupid
thought the
is that?
same thing until I get a free casino out of it. I'm not buying it. So,
Jesus.
but oh god, that to be. whatever. But like everyone just wants to do their own part. They want to be remembered for something. They want to do whatever. I'm probably the only person that wants to die alone and have a blank tombstone and not matter. So I don't care. It's like when everyone came out with their pronouns and everyone's like, call me by my correct pronouns. I was like, what's your name? That's what I'm going to call you. What's your fucking name?
Yep.
Yep. And that's the easiest way around it. And I've been doing that before pronouns were a thing. What's your fucking name? There you go. That's what I'm going to call you. That way I can't fuck it up. Then I could be like, hey, what's your face?
Yeah, I'm just it's so fucking baffling to me how like if people are so fucking boring that they have to make their quote unquote identity something.
Yeah, they got to get a hobby like buying helmets or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't have
Me
hobbies.
Me neither.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like who gives a fuck?
You buy anything cool recently?
I was just gonna ask you that.
Oh
no, I've been on like a fucking spending freeze.
I haven't bought a lot of stuff either because I haven't had any time.
Right.
But like I finally bought pins for my 870 Wingmaster, that one that I bought that came from the Puerto Rican police.
Yeah.
Because it had the screws on it for mounting the like shell accessory thing on the side. So it didn't have like the pins. So the screws like stuck out because it didn't come with the shell accessory. So I was like, I'm just gonna try to find some old fucking blued pins to hold the trigger guard in place. And I finally found some. Some guy here in town had them for like $8.
Nice.
Like, sweet. And so I just got done putting those on today. So
nice. Yeah, that's a great shotgun. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Came with 2 barrels. So I got a big like 28-inch like hunting barrel with it because that's how they all came. When the police bought them, initially they had to come with fucking like hunting barrels, and then you could buy the separate riot barrels for them, the little 20-inchers. And so it came with both, like brand new in the box, fucking 28-inch barrel, and then it came with the riot barrel on it, and the whole thing's like brand fucking new. It's hardly used. So
yeah, it's a good deal. It's like the 870. It's heavy. Yes, I know people bitch about that, but it's like it's a tried and tested fucking excellent shotgun.
They still fucking make them, and they've been making them since 1950.
Right.
It's
yeah.
The longest production gun in United States history, and it's actually the most mass-produced U.S. firearm. Did you know that?
I did not.
The Remington 870 is the single most mass-produced U.S. firearm.
It's a fantastic shotgun. Like, I own a variant to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like,
I was like, yeah. And I got it for like $250 because it was like a police trade-in. The guy got them all for like $100.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, I mean, fuck. Yeah, it's,
haven't shot it yet.
Well, I mean, it's gonna feel like a shotgun.
And it's like I haven't shot my Tokarev yet either.
Yeah.
Had that thing for like a year. Haven't shot the fucking Sig 210 I bought. Haven't had time.
Yep. Well, that'll change soon, hopefully. But
well, hopefully I'll have a bunch of free time. So.
Yep. And then you can go out and shoot and
have some time to fucking sleep in and relax.
I haven't fucking bought shit. What the fuck was the last thing I bought?
Well, I did buy a new computer. I finally broke down and did that. The 11-year-old laptop's coming to an end. So.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yep, I bought like an actual like PC, and I bought it with kind of like mid-range stuff in it.
That's what I'm gonna be doing. I got my friend,
and then I'm gonna buy parts, and I was like, I'll throw $2,000 into a PC right away for the whole thing, and I'll have it all. I'll do reading up on how to replace the parts I want to replace eventually, and then I'll just replace parts as I need to. But now I got the fucking housing and the monitor and everything.
That's what I'm gonna be doing too, because I've been running my laptop for fucking years, and it's like I haven't been in college for fucking 4 years now, so I don't need a laptop anymore.
Yep. So
I actually need an actual PC. So my friend is helping me out with that when I'm ready to do that, pull the trigger, and it'll be fun. I'm gonna get one as well. So both upgrading.
That's right. And then hopefully I can, do shit a little better because right now this laptop is like falling apart. It's on its last legs. It just can't run stuff anymore. Like
Yeah.
especially now that I'm shooting videos in like 4K,
Mhm.
it just doesn't have the processing power to like transfer them from my phone to the computer anymore.
Right.
So I have to like upload them to Dropbox, which takes forever in 4K, and that changes the file system.
Yep.
So then I have to download them onto my computer and then convert them back to like an MP4 and then edit them and then upload it to YouTube and stuff. And it takes like a fucking week to make a video.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
So
Yeah.
fucking F-15 just flew over the fucking apartment.
Yeah, probably going up to Duluth.
There's been a fucking lot of them flying around, and they're not quiet, and they're flying really fucking low.
Oh, F-15s are loud, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I know what it is because it's like, well, for one, you hear it before you see it, but like,
Yep.
once you see it go by, you're like, those fucking goddamn Air Force fuckers and all their bullshit.
Oh yeah.
It's like your plane can fly. You don't need to be 400 yards above my fucking roof. Like,
Well, it's only for a couple seconds.
you can hear that thing 2 fucking miles away. So, but fuck. But I don't know why they're doing that so much. It's been like weeks and weeks now. I've been seeing them fly over, and they're like doing maneuvers over the city.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's fucking pissing me off though. I don't like it.
Oh, they're fucking coming for our guns. Oh my god, that's what they're going to be doing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
God.
fine. I'm
It's
not
so
that
funny
worried about
watching
it,
these
but it's
fucking
like,
idiots everywhere on the internet freaking out about everything all the time. It's like,
dude, like, I don't know why everyone's so fucking concerned about the government coming to take your guns. You know, it doesn't fucking matter. Right now, the judicial branch is stacked fucking conservative. Whatever the
okay,
fucking house or the president
that
passes.
aside, oh yeah, but it's always the main thing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Sleepy Joe's in office. Oh my God, he's going to take our guns, and
He
that's why.
can't do jack shit because the Supreme Court will just shut him down.
Right. Well, even if they were like, okay, let's go confiscate all the guns, right?
Yeah.
So let's just do a hypothetical.
Yep.
How many people do they have to actually do that?
A fraction of 1% of the whole population.
Mm-hmm. How are they going to do that?
They physically can't. We don't have the infrastructure to do that.
Right. That's the thing is, I was battling on BitChute comment section with somebody that was like, you know, fucking black pillar, fucking white supremacist, funny guy,
Yeah.
retard, but like, you know, it's all the tribe is what he calls them. And it's like all about that. It's like, well, come on, like fucking think a little bit more.
Yeah,
Through
use
this,
your
like,
thing. It's like when, like the whole electric cars thing. You know how like people did that? We physically don't have the infrastructure to do that.
no, because they're going to be coal powered cars with an extra step in between.
Like California made all those laws, and they had to start up 4 fucking natural gas power plants a couple days
Weird.
ago because the grid can't handle it.
Right.
And we also don't have any battery production for electric cars here in the United
Well,
States.
it's what I was saying to this guy. I got off topic, but like, is he was like, yeah, the U.S. military led by these woke whatever fuckers, which I kind of agree with. He's like, they're gonna come and fucking kick your door, and I'm like, he's like, they have the bigger guns, and I'm like, yeah, the U.S. military has the bigger guns. They also have a very, very weak supply chain. And if
I've
that
been telling
breaks at
people
any
that for
point,
years. I was like, the U.S. is going to crumple like a beer can the second a big conflict happens.
dude, the U.S. supply chain is so costly and so fucking dependent.
Inefficient and fucked.
Well, on it depends on everything working just perfect all the
And
time.
it never does.
And it's like what I told this clown is I was like, yeah, the U.S. can come out swinging, right? They can do some
but
damage
if they
immediately.
don't get in some good blows right away, they're fucked.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
They're fucked. And it's like you don't understand the supply chain. Like people that have never been in the military, like don't understand that. Like, yes, the U.S. military is a formidable force, but it relies on unbroken supply chains constantly.
Yeah. And also, they've been punching drastically below their fucking weight class for 70 years.
Right. And it's like, so yeah, it is a threat if they want to, if they want to use the military to take over, confiscate everybody's guns and do all that shit or whatever. Like, in a world where nobody would fucking question that in the military, which I guess they
A
think
lot
we're
of
at.
people would, because believe it or not, they're free thinkers.
Yeah, sure, but
Yeah.
like, but even in their little fucked up world, their little fantasy world of like everything just being chaotic and
Mhm.
fucking doom and gloom. If the entire military just said, okay, yeah, we're gonna follow orders and whatever, yeah, they can last maybe a week or two tops.
I wouldn't
And
even give
no,
them
that's
that.
not enough time. That's
The
not enough
second
time to
people are going to
fucking
start shooting, we physically can't replenish the ranks now.
right.
What happens when your own citizens start shooting at you? Like there's like 2% of people have like military service in the United States. So even
Oh,
if they got
we'll
everybody
just
still,
drop JDAMs and Moabs on us. It's like, with what supply chain?
yeah, it's like, so the military physically couldn't even all of them could not physically confiscate all the guns we have. There will never be a chance where that goes away,
Correct.
and people need to stop fucking worrying about it.
Well, here's the thing is fear porn makes a lot of money and gets a lot of
Oh, it
clicks.
gets clicks. Everything gets clicks.
And that's why I will never succumb to that shit. I will never fucking do that, even though I could, and I could make videos that, well, and
You
I
can
made the
fear monger
opposite
and get tons
videos.
of likes and stuff. Yeah.
I made tons of videos in the past that I got a lot of shit for. Even still today, people are like, every time like something's proposed in the House,
Yeah.
they'll come and comment on that video I made about, no, Joe Biden's not gonna come and take your guns
He's
because of
not.
this, and this. And they're like, oh, this aged like fucking milk. And I'm like, how many of your guns have been taken? And yeah, there's been legislation that's been passed, and well, not legislation. I want to retract that statement. There's been rules from the ATF that have been passed about 80%, lowers and all that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, if you haven't had guns for this amount of time and you're that fucking paranoid, that's on you. If
Mhm.
you think that right now all hope is lost, everything's fucked, they're gonna come for our guns, it's like, well, then you were too late to the fucking game to begin with, and now
Yeah.
you're just panicking because some idiot fucking ass clown cunt slop piece of shit on YouTube is telling you to fucking panic.
Yeah.
That's
And
why.
that's just making stuff wrong for, and problems for everybody. But like, that's part of the thing. The US government wants its people to be uneducated so they could get away with stuff like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They also I'd say uneducated and distracted.
Yeah.
Because then they're not going to actually, like, I wrote my representative, my congressman, because I have Starlink, right? And they
Yeah.
were fucking around with like, it was like corporate kind of fucking thing, and it was like, so the FCC is like, oh well, we're gonna regulate the use of the Spectrum network or some shit like the 12 whatever. The details right now, I haven't read it in a while, but like, basically it would affect me, and it would like make my internet really shitty, and that's why I got away from my other monopoly company, is because I was like, this is a better option. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a better service, blah blah
Hmm.
blah. And then that was in jeopardy, so I fucking wrote my congressman, and I actually got a response, a letter a few days ago, saying, yeah, well, there's no legislation right now, but I've written letters to the FCC and blah 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 because of numerous things, like you said. Like, that's how you do shit. You
Yeah.
don't just fucking sit there and bitch in the comment section on fucking YouTube or BitChute or Facebook. You don't just sit there and bitch. You
Do
go, hey,
something
no,
about
no, no. Like, you work for me. And
it. Hmm.
here's the thing is, I'm very, very lucky to live in a state where most of my representatives actually give a fuck and they understand, and they're like, hey, we're not as corrupt as a lot of other people are in other
I
states
was
like
like,
New
I
York.
write my senator and my representatives, even just in the state, all the time, and I've
Yeah, yeah,
never
your
gotten
state,
a
yeah,
contract.
exactly.
But
Yep.
my state is beyond fucking crazy liberal,
Oh yeah. And it's funny
and
because it's just the Twin Cities metro area.
yeah,
And then you
well,
get the rest of the state that's,
over half the state's population lives there, so
yeah, and then
that's
but
the
the other
only
half
thing
that
they
lives
care about.
outside is just, they're pretty much average Americans like everyone else. They get no representation and they're fucking
Yeah,
pissed, but like they can't do
there's
anything
4
because,
counties in Minnesota that are blue. The rest of the state is red.
correct.
But like the problem is 5 million of 8 million people live in those 4 counties.
Yeah, exactly. And
But they're super liberal, and like it was hard for me to go buy a handgun. I had to like file extra fucking paperwork and
oh
wait.
yeah, in Minnesota, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and
Yeah.
then
Yep.
they didn't get it to me in the time frame that they said, so I had to like march my fucking happy ass up into the fucking, government center and be like, "Where's my shit?" You know, I'm supposed to have a denial notice or my fucking license to buy the shit a week ago,
Yep.
and they're just like, "Ah, sorry, it's in the mail," and I was like, "It says a week," you
Yeah.
know. And I sat there and I was chewing the fucking people out all the time, and they're just like, "We don't care." Basically,
Yep.
that's the response I got. They're like, "We don't give a fuck. You're one person."
Yep.
So,
But yeah, it's just fucking insane. But I fucking vehemently oppose, and I always will, this fear porn bullshit. It's like, unless something is actually happening, or you're going to tell people how to submit comments to your fucking
mhm.
representatives, do all this shit, submit comments to the ATF, shit, and then you actually follow through and do it. It's like 3 words: shut the fuck up.
Mhm. What do you do?
Put up or shut up.
Yeah. And remember, they work for you technically.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
thinks
no, but like
that
these
the
people,
government's this
people
all
on the fucking
powerful
internet.
entity. You can take their power away. We can
Well,
do that.
a lot of here's the thing. I actually don't like a lot of gun tubers, right? You know this.
I don't either. Yeah.
Most of my Patreon supporters know this because we've talked about it. I don't like them because they're disingenuous. They don't actually have a passion for what they're actually fucking making videos on.
For
They're just like,
shill, for money.
it makes money.
Yep.
We're gonna do it. Not gonna name any names, but certain people that I've talked about. Or else they'll take the approach of fear mongering
You
and fear
wanna
porn constantly. And Jesus Christ, you're done, dude. Not funny. But yeah, it's just irritating me, like the fear porn, and there's a lot of that. Like, and
It's
there's a
all
lot
the
of
gun
shit.
tubers too. They're all
Oh
so like
fuck!
even
Every
if they're putting
time,
out something good, it's still
right,
scaring a shit ton of people.
right, and that's the thing is that's what I like Matt with Fudbusters. That's why immediately I was like, okay, fucking finally somebody
Yeah.
that is not, spreading fear porn. They're just like, okay, Matt goes, all right,
Here's what this
I've
thing is, and here's what it means.
right,
Do
and
with it what
here's
you
the
will.
the status of it, and here's the likelihood of it actually happening.
Yep.
Yes, be cognizant of what's going on for sure, 100%. Don't just have your head in the sand. I agree, but don't let it fucking. I fell for this shit, before,
We've
and
all been
I
there before, yeah.
I bought a shitload of guns and ammo and shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this shit? Like, really, if whatever bad thing that they say is gonna happen, what am I gonna do with fucking hundreds of firearms and tens of thousands of
We
rounds of
only
ammo?
carry 1 or 2.
Right.
So,
It's like I'm also in rural Wisconsin.
yeah,
Like,
it's gonna
really,
take
what the
forever.
fuck?
Even to, like, get to us, they're gonna start on the coast. That's where all the people are.
Right. And it's like my local sheriff or my
Isn't gonna
my,
come
my
take your
county
guns
sheriff.
no matter what.
My county sheriff is like a fucking HK fanboy. Like,
Yeah,
insanely. He loves guns. He loves the citizens' rights to have guns, as long as you're not being a fucktard anal flap with them, which I agree. Don't
yep.
be an idiot with firearms.
Well, don't be
Enjoy
an
them.
idiot with in general. Just like,
Yeah, right. Just be responsible. Have fun with them. Don't fucking hurt anybody with them.
yep,
You know, and so he actually I think this was in 2020, like, or last year. He actually made the county that I live in like a sanctuary county for firearms. He's like, I'm never going to enforce fucking unconstitutional fucking gun
yeah. I
laws.
remember you saying that. That like
Yeah.
he sent out that big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm never going to do that. It's not going to fucking happen as long as I'm the sheriff. And it's like,
Well, it
yeah, because
sounds like your sheriff's just gonna get replaced.
no, he's not. Like, that's the thing is like, people like
Well,
him,
somebody's
and
gonna Hillary Clinton him. Probably Hillary Clinton.
no, yeah, it's not going to happen. And here's the thing is like, my sheriff is cool. He's very fucking pro Constitution.
Mhm.
He's not an asshole, and he will not. It literally. So here's the thing: is like if the ATF came in and kicked my door in for whatever, I've done no wrong, but like if
Yeah.
they decide that, oh, you have too many guns, or blah blah blah, whatever the fuck, hypothetical, which is unlikely as shit because again I've done nothing fucking wrong.
Yep.
If they decide to kick in my door and I go, I don't want you to come in yet, I'm going to call my local sheriff. I guarantee you he'll be there and go, you need to get the fuck off this property.
Because they don't have jurisdiction.
Correct. And he'll be like, you need to get the fuck out of here. You know, and that's the kind of thing. And there's a lot of sheriffs in rural counties around the U.S. like that. Now, that being said, I get that not everybody lives in a place that I'm lucky enough to live in. And there are law enforcement agencies that will bow down to the feds and whatever. And I get that. So therein lies the battle. However, living in constant fucking fear of that possibly, maybe, perhaps one day, maybe happening versus taking preemptive action and getting involved with your local and state governments and your state, your federal state representatives, right? That's a lot more effective than constantly living in fear, commenting, making videos, stirring the shit pot, trying to get clicks and riling people up
for as much money as possible and run what you can.
Right. And it's like that shit pisses me off so fucking much with the gun tube community, it's like, yeah, I get it. The government doesn't want us to have guns. However, there are so many fucking guns out there, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way they can collect all these guns.
There's 12 guns for every person in the United States.
Right. And the average firearm
registered ones.
Right. The average firearm owner that I've this is something that was, I think, I forgot what year, a couple years ago. The average firearm owner in the US owns 7 firearms.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's just hunting people, guys that they don't want the AR or whatever, but they own, a shotgun, a couple rifles, some 22, some pistols for different purposes. It's a tool. It's like go to somebody's tool, their tool collection out in their garage or their shop or whatever the fuck they have. It's like you have different tools for different applications, right? For hunting, whatever, for target shooting, for whatever.
Skill saw, it does everything.
It could do a lot, but
you can even use it as a hammer.
So anyway, it's like what I've noticed is like most of the people that I talk to, and again, this is just people I talk to. It's not a fact, right? Most people I talk to around the US that live in rural areas have the similar kind of structure of the sheriff's department, sheriff's office that I do, where they're like, oh no, if they want to go confiscate guns, you call us and we'll fucking help you out. No way. If you're a law-abiding citizen,
I'm actually a little scared about what just happened in my city.
What happened?
So do you remember during the whole like BLM thing, my chief of police here got national recognition for handling a bunch of like stuff and like the protests and the riots here really, really well. He just retired.
Yeah, that's a chief of police,
he was like a big constitutional person and all this other stuff. And a lot of the guys that would possibly be taking over for him are not that.
That's the chief of police, though, for your city.
Yeah.
The county.
Which I fall under their jurisdiction because I live in city limits.
Oh, absolutely. But, like, again, the chief of police cannot pass legislation.
No.
That's a town board.
But he's not as cool as... the new guy probably will not be as cool as the guy that just retired.
Sure, but again, how the fuck are they going to enforce?
They won't be able to, but some of these guys have done some, let's just say, odd stuff in the past.
Yeah.
That isn't necessarily probably entirely constitutional.
It's another reason to not live in a fucking city. I'm just going to say that again. Because again, it's the cities, like people that I have on my Discord, Patreon supporters, and whatnot that live in cities, they're constantly talking about the restrictions, this shit. Some of them even in the states they live in. And I'm like, man, I'm really fucking glad that that's not affecting me right now. You live out
in the country, yeah.
Well, and also, I live in a state that's pretty much it's a frontier state,
Yeah. You're also one of the only red states in the north, so.
No, not true.
Not anymore?
Not true.
It changed?
No. Because here's the thing is we have Madison, Milwaukee, and Superior.
You have the same problem that Minnesota has.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's offset a lot more because we have a lot more big little cities, if you will. Like 10 to 50,000 people like spread out that are red.
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't have that. There's a lot
No,
of cities with
you've
like
got
50
the Twin
people in
Cities
them.
Metro. You've got a couple of those big little cities, and the rest of the state's just fucking farmland.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is the
all
same
50
with
people
Wisconsin,
towns. Yeah.
but it's a little bit more red here because Madison and Milwaukee are. Here's the thing that my personal opinion on Minneapolis and St. Paul is they're so fucking close. They become a hive mind. They're two different cities.
Yeah.
I've lived in both of them, and they're very different cities.
Incredibly different cities.
But they have the same fucking overall mentality because they're so fucking close and everybody talks.
Yep.
Now with Madison and Milwaukee are like an hour and a half apart.
Yep.
Okay. The
It's
two
harder
biggest
for them
cities.
to work together.
Exactly. Although they do.
Yeah.
But it's still that's my only explanation. I'm probably wrong on that and my assertion of that.
Yeah.
But that's just what I've observed, and that's my opinion on it. Now, we've got, fucking Green Bay, Kenosha, fucking Superior, Wausau, Eau Claire. Most of those like big little cities that I just listed off are pretty red. Like they're not big enough cities. And we got La Crosse as well. I forgot La Crosse. And they're not big enough cities to be absolutely fucking corrupted and just go full retard and like forget what the Constitution means. But they're big enough to have an effect on the outcome of our elections.
Yep.
And so that's kind of a weird thing about Wisconsin. I know you guys are probably bored listening to this, but like that's why I like the state, and I don't live anywhere near any of those fucking. The closest big little city to me is an hour and a half away.
Yep.
So it's like I'm out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's perfect though.
Now the big city in Minnesota, the big cities are 45 minutes from me, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect me politically because I live in Wisconsin, not Minnesota. So
Yep.
I know what goes on in Minnesota to an extent because I'm so close and I have to like hear that. But the actual politics that affect me are not nearly as bad as that. Now, however, they're trying to make it into a Minnesota style state.
They are.
And it's like, I don't think that's going to happen. They can try.
No, it'll be a lot harder to pass in Wisconsin than it would be here in Minnesota.
For sure. And again, in Metro Minnesota.
Well, that's the thing. We've got two cities that run the whole fucking state.
Yep. Well, and the city that you're in is like also, it's like the second most blue place in the fucking state.
So the cool thing about where I live is the second largest metropolitan area in the state outside of the cities, but it's split pretty 50-50 because it is also an island in an ocean of farmers.
Correct.
And the farmers come here all the time, and
well,
so
then
it's
then
50-50.
But to offset that, you've got Duluth.
Yeah.
Which is a
big city that is also very blue. Yeah.
And but it's funny because it's a lot of working class people in Duluth. But they still just they get the city mentality because so many people travel back and forth because that's a vacation spot. That's like, I mean, Duluth is a really fucking cool town, to be honest.
It is a really cool town, but Duluth suffers from the fact that the only way to like make any money or do anything in the city is to work for the government, and the government's blue.
Yeah, I suppose
that's the whole reason Duluth is blue is because the people that live there all year work for the hospitals and they work for the government and they work for this, which is all blue.
And they also work for the fucking shipping industry, the iron ore industry. They work on the docks. They work on the fucking, they actually work they work in the fucking refineries. They work
for really blue unionized type jobs and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Right. And that's what sucks. Because it's like that city, in my opinion, Duluth should be a red city.
It should be.
Based on the working class, but the unions got in there years ago, decades ago. And it's a college town too. It's a big college town.
It is a huge college town.
So it's like the University of Minnesota Duluth, UMD it's a big school, and there's a lot of people that go there.
It's one of the biggest campuses in the state.
And then you got St. Scholastica right north of that.
Yep.
So it's like that whole area. It's like. Shit.
I mean, I love where I live because there's 5 colleges in my town, but 3 of them are like ultra Catholic, super conservative,
The
like
private
schools.
colleges, yeah.
And they bring in a lot of really conservative people because they are like, you know how like people that have grown up ultra Catholic are
Yeah.
beyond conservative
It-
to the point
that's
where
why I
it
don't even like
doesn't
talking to
work.
those kind of people. It's like, again, I'm not a fucking Republican. I don't just have a fucking team vision of like, well, whatever the team's fucking description of what I should think should be is what I'm gonna think. It's like, no. I draw views based on what I think would work the best.
I want to be left the fuck alone.
Right, that too. And it's like, I would say I'm more conservative in general,
Same.
but I also can talk to people who are liberal, not leftists,
Yep,
but who are
liberals.
liberal, and we can find common ground on a lot of shit. And they go, "Wow, you're not as extreme as I would expect a conservative to be." And I'm like,
No
"That's
shit.
because I'm
I'm a
not a
sensible
Republican.
person. Yeah.
I'm not a partisan piece of shit."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we agree on more things than we disagree on, motherfucker.
Well, that's most of the United States, but they don't want
Yeah.
people to know that.
Well, I was just going to segue into that because, yeah, if people knew that you agreed on 95% of the same shit of how things should be, and what you disagree on, that's what they're trying to get you to focus on.
Mhm.
And again, that's why they're fucking dividing you on guns. Because if
Mhm.
somebody like me, who is a fucking obviously I'm a firearm owner. Oh my
Yep.
god, big fucking surprise, right?
No
I
way,
love
Mike. We can't be friends. No, I'm just...
I know,
Yeah.
but it's like I own firearms. I love firearms. I believe the Second Amendment is absolute. I also believe the First Amendment is absolute.
Mhm.
So when people are like, we need to censor these people, regardless of the sides, and
That's wrong. You have
there
the
have
right to
been
free speech.
conservatives, mind you. It's not just the leftists.
Yeah.
There are hardcore people on the right, or not like hardcore conservatives that are so blind and they go, we need to shut them the fuck up. And I'm like, no, let them talk and debate them.
Yeah. Your point's
Don't go
either good
fucking
and you can debate them, or you don't have a good point and you're crying.
right. And that's the thing is like, and also a thing that like I think the media, which is an arm of the government, it's just their method of delivering propaganda
Mhm.
at this point, right?
Yep.
So the media has made it seem that if you and I were to have a debate, it's about me trying to change your fucking mind.
No.
It's not about me conveying my points in a respectful manner, in an educated manner, and then letting you talk and say why you don't agree with that, and then you display your
Yeah.
opinion, you convey your opinion, and
And it
then
also doesn't matter because you can get along and have different opinions.
right, and that's fine because like yeah, it's you and I don't agree on everything, and like
No, we
it's
don't.
no, we don't, but like it's most of my friends we don't agree on everything,
Yeah.
but we're
You
able
can
to
still
talk
get
about it, and
along with people.
it's fine that you don't agree on everything. It's like it's not a fucking personal insult or a travesty of the fucking world that we don't agree on one or two fucking things. It's not going to be the world ender, right?
Yeah.
It's so fucking irritating to me that like because like when I was in college from 2013 to 2018, but like when I was actually in a private school, like you know about, it was from 2015 to 2018, and before the election, it was possible to have a conversation. It was not easy, but it was still possible
Yeah.
to have a conversation with somebody who was brainwashed completely. And I was a little bit older than most of the people that went there. It was possible to have a conversation and bring up points and then have a discussion and a debate about
Yep.
something without trying to change each other's mind, right? After the election in 2016, the brainwashing, the propaganda just fucking,
Everything
I mean,
wanted to be an echo chamber.
oh Christ. And it was so fucking hostile. I'm just like, I'm done. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing is I don't want to waste my time conveying my opinion if I'm just going to be attacked.
If you're just gonna try to, cut me to pieces for having a slightly different idea.
And virtue, it's like you're coming at it as like, if I say one thing you don't agree with, that you're uncomfortable with, I'm automatically a shitty human being and I'm not worthy of breathing the same air. And it's like, I don't like talking to
Whoa.
people like that.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's a lot of people
my
nowadays.
roommate in college, right? We lived at a house. One of my roommates, he was very fucking liberal, like very far left. He was not a leftist, but he was so far left. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like but
Yeah.
here's the thing is we would talk about things. We would sit outside and smoke cigarettes and eat
Yeah,
food.
cigarettes.
Yeah, we would sit outside like at our house, like when we were not in school, even when we were at school. We would sit outside, smoke cigarettes, and talk to each other like human fucking beings. And I would say, here's why I don't agree with you on this, because of this. He goes, well, I see that, but I don't think you're right. And I go, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah,
Move
it
on.
is. And he would say something, and I'm like, well, here's where I would punch a hole in that fucking logic. This, and this. He goes, okay, that makes sense, but I still think that it should be this way. And I'm like, okay. My
Cool.
goal was not to change his mind, and vice versa. His goal was not to change my mind. We had awesome fucking discussions. Sometimes we got
Some
a
of the
little bit
best
heated.
discussions. Yeah.
We got a little bit heated, but it was nothing like screaming. It was just raised voices.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay. I guess it's because I wasn't conveying my point well enough and blah blah blah. I get that.
A lot of times it
Dude,
comes up because
we literally lived in the same fucking house and had no problems with each other.
Yeah.
So how is that possible? And he was also older than me. So it's like, how is that possible?
Is it
Oh.
is it because you guys had like 80% of the stuff in common?
Oh, well, yeah, we agreed on so much shit.
Yeah,
That's the thing is,
exactly.
like,
It's because
we could
they just
we
try
could
to
nitpick.
weaponize that 10-15% against each other.
Right. It's like, well, it was actually about 5 to 10. It was in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like that much that we
Well, I was
disagreed on.
being generous, but like, you know, you
Oh yeah. But even being generous, it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, we would debate things that we didn't agree on, but we would
Yeah.
also find common ground to be like, well, so how would you fix it then? Well, I would try this. Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Well,
But
like,
then this, and this. Like, yeah, it's like,
you've noticed it probably like everyone else is. Have you noticed that like in the last 10 years, the media's all been about the same like 3 to 4 things.
and people are fucking buying it hook, line, and
Yeah.
sinker.
So like on election years, it's all the politics. It's all about this guy did this 20 years ago. Cool.
It's also about guns and abortion.
Yep. Those are 2 big ones. Yep.
That's what gets people distracted
Mhm.
because it's like
People get
guns and
real
abortion.
heated about it. Everyone's got a heated opinion
Oh
about it.
fuck yeah! And here's the thing: is with guns, I don't have a heated opinion. I just go, I believe the Second Amendment is absolute.
Mhm.
That's my stance. And
Fair.
I've had very few people being able to argue that with me. Well, what do you mean by a militia? I'm like, if you want to break it down, I can tell you why I think it's absolute, and I'll break it down. But it doesn't get past that. And then usually people that are supremely anti-gun go, well, I just don't agree with you. And I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they're surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine.
That's
This
fine.
is what I believe. And this is whatever from, and I explained to you my point. If you still don't agree with that, I don't give a fuck. Maybe someday
Fair.
you will, maybe you won't. Who gives a fuck?
Well, it's like, you know, when everything was getting really, really heated with like COVID and all the hoarding and stuff, I was telling you about like with my last boss, because he was socialist. He did not believe
Yeah.
in guns at all. And I said, if shit really, really hits the fan, I'm robbing your place first because I know you don't have a gun. And he went out and he bought a gun because I told him that.
Yep.
Because I'm like, I will bust down your fucking door, and I don't give a shit if you're 7 wife and kid, you know, you're 7 kids and your wife's there. I'm taking your shit because you have a baseball bat. I'm not afraid of you at all. I have a gun.
No, exactly.
You know? And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And a lot of other people know that too, because you go around preaching your fucking political beliefs to everybody about how much you hate guns.
Right. Yep.
So I'll probably be 6 in line to fucking bust your place up.
Right.
You know?
And two, like, so with an argument like I was saying about like college, like there was one that I remember where there was this chick that she was in psychology program, of course, go figure. And very kind of just angry at the world, right? She was nice to me, but one time we were my friend Nick and I, the guy I was just telling you about, the guy that I lived with, my roommate.
Yeah.
We were having a discussion about abortion. And I said, well, I don't really have a clear opinion on it. It's very gray to me. Like, on one hand, I think that you're murdering a human being, and I understand that, and I agree with that. On the other hand, it sounds selfish, but I'm like, the people that are getting abortions probably should not be parents, in my opinion, and it's going to cost us more in the long run. So I understand all that shit, and that's all I said. And he's like, yeah, I see that. You know, he's like, you know, and he had a very hard opinion. He's like, I'm very pro, like, you know, abortion. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this in the smoke pit outside of the college, and this chick comes out and she goes, you literally cannot have an opinion on abortion because you're a male. And I was having one of those days, and
it's a 50-50 thing to make a baby. So like,
no. Here's what I countered that with that logic, right? I was smoking a cigarette. I was looking at Nick, and she said that on my side, and I just went, what's your opinion on the Iraq War?
Ooh.
And she goes, oh, we should never. And I cut her off. I said, you can't have a fucking opinion on that because you weren't fucking there.
Yep.
And she just goes, well, and I'm like, that's the logic you just presented. It's totally fucking flawed and it's immature and it's fucked up.
Fair.
And then I just went back to smoking. And I was talking to Nick, and she just was like, no, that's not what I meant. And I'm like, that's exactly what you meant.
That's
and I just
exactly
fucking
how it
countered
came
that.
across. So that's
Right.
what you meant.
Yep. And I'm like, so you cannot have an opinion because you weren't involved. And then she's like, I calm down. And I'm like, I respect your opinion on the Iraq war. You need to respect my opinion on something that I'm not directly involved with because I can't carry a child. I can help make a child.
Yeah.
But and then she was like, what? And I'm like, it's a logic flaw. It's not anything about my opinion that's wrong or your opinion that's wrong. It's a logic flaw and that I can't have an opinion. You tell me I can't have a fucking opinion on something. That's bullshit. And she was like, oh, and then her friends were like, yeah, he's actually right. And her friends are very, left wing too. And they're like, he's actually right. That's kind of stupid. She's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But like, don't, if you want to have a conversation, I'll have a conversation with you. And we can debate opinions and whatever. Mm-hmm. Do not come at me like that. And Nick, my roommate, was just like, woo! He was like walking away laughing. He's like, woo, because he knew how I got. But like, I'm usually very non-confrontational, right? I want to de-escalate. I want to keep things to the minimal escalation that they need to be.
Yeah.
But that day, I was just like, you fucking cunt.
Yep.
You're not gonna fucking do that shit.
That's came out of her way. I don't like people that go out of their way.
No, but I shut her up, and I shut her up fucking quick.
And
and that was, and I again, so people that are watching, I never throw the fact that I was in the military or I was in Iraq or everything. I never throw that around. I don't do that. In that particular instance, though, I fucking did, and it worked because I was proving a point.
Yep.
And so yeah, don't think of me like, oh, it's one of these bro vets. It's like, oh, I was in Iraq, so everything I say is valid. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, like, I think everybody should have an opinion on abortion, and it's a big thing right now because a bunch
of
have
an opinion on anything.
You know,
have an opinion on anything.
Yeah, you have the right to freedom.
It's just that it's your opinion. It's not a fucking fact. So,
but I think anyone should be able to like have an abortion. I don't care if you're a dude. I don't care if you're a woman. Because you know what? I believe until it can fully support itself, like in nature, till your offspring can fully support itself.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
a baby that's
born in society. It's not a person.
Really quick, a baby that's born at 9 months or 10 months cannot support itself on its own. Like that's so. I mean, so here's the thing: is we can debate that all along. I don't really want to because it's like, again, I don't have a solid opinion on there. It's like I don't have I cannot argue that. I can just convey what my thoughts are, but I can't really argue that. But like, anyway, but yeah, that whole thing, but it shut her the fuck up, which is what I was like fucking, and then Nick was like, dude, that was fucking brilliant. Because he knew that I didn't throw my shit around like that.
Yeah.
But he's like, that was fucking valid, warranted, and it was effective.
Yep.
So, fucking Chris Jones is watching, bro vet.
Chris Jones is watching.
Chris Jones is the biggest bro vet I know. That guy he slings his thank you for my service shit around all the time. Fucks.
That's for sure.
But no, so I've noticed that, and it's like especially with people the younger generation, it's like I'm guilty of it too, but it's like it's so fucking hard to debate people through text on Reddit, on 4chan, on Facebook, on fucking chat.
Well, behind the screen, people are entirely different than they are in
right,
person.
Exactly. And that's the thing is I'm not different than I am in real life. That's the thing is like, for whatever reason, I just never, for a couple years, I kind of talked more shit online because I was going through a rough time in my life.
Young and naive. I get it. Everyone.
It was just whatever. So I did that. But for the most part, I've never kind of developed a separate persona online that I am in real life. And you can attest to this.
Yeah.
Like, and all the people that meet me in real life, they're like, yeah, you're the fucking same. I believe in consistency because it's like, if I call you a fucktard anal flap online,
you will say it in real life.
I'll say it in real life. I'll be like, no. So here's how it's going to go. I'm not violent. I'm not super confrontational, but like, if you get me to that point online, I'm going to get to that point in real life as well.
For sure.
And I don't
definitely get there in real life too, where you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah, and I just have to walk away for a bit, cool down because.
Yep, and you come right back. Yeah.
Yeah, David. So we got fucking Chris Jones and David Wagner on here saying lame. Go fuck yourself, David. Jesus Christ. This fucking troll.
Go play with your wood.
Go play with your wood. Yeah, fucking absolutely. But yeah, it's just so fucking irritating to me, and I get so sick of it. But like, and it's like, would people have learned by now? How long is it gonna fucking take? That's That's what's like amazing to me is like it's taken this fucking long for people to stop, gun owners to stop buying into the fear porn of fuck, oh no, our guns are gonna be taken away. It's like, dude, I still have my guns, you still have your guns.
Yep. How about we all just calm down?
It's like, yeah, I get it. Again, if you really want to do something about it, be proactive. Don't be a fucking shithead. Be proactive. Contact your representatives. They still do work for you.
Or burn the White House down.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like all these fucking retards online. I'm done being civil. I'm done trying to do it. I'm gonna be violent. I'm like, then fucking do it. Like, you're not gonna do it. You're just talking shit. And it's like, shut up or put up. And if you're gonna be violent, good luck, bud. You ain't gonna last long. You don't understand what violence is, obviously, or you won't be talking shit online about it.
And also, like, they're just going to keep chipping away at it, and people are going to keep accepting it because that's just the thing, and they know they can get away with it now.
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm so irritated with that shit. And then, dude, again, that little side note, but like we'll get back to this. That's why I got out of reenacting, is because I would have people talking mad shit to me online. And they knew me. That's the thing, is they knew me. Well, most of them knew me. And then when I'd confront them in real life at an event, I'd be like, "Hey, let's fucking. Why did you say that?" Yeah, it's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. And I'm like, no, it's not a joke. That's not a different fucking world. I'm like, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm fucking 3 times your size. I'm not gonna fucking hurt you, but you need to stop talking shit like that. And I need to understand why the fuck you think that's okay.
Fair.
It's just joking around, man. It's the internet. It's not real. I'm like, it is real. And so you need to fucking quit that. Whatever
People
you say to me online,
like, it's been a hard lesson for me, but I learned it's better to just keep my fucking mouth shut.
There you go.
I'm still learning it. Honestly, like, I still fuck up and I say something.
Same, but it's getting to be less and less, because it's like a lot more times it's like it's a lot easier and more beneficial to everybody involved to keep your fucking mouth shut.
I'm tired of digging my own fucking grave.
Right, and let them look like the fucking cunts that they are.
Exactly.
And then they'll figure it out one day, and they'll be like, "Oh, I should have just shut the fuck up at that point." Maybe. There's a lot of fucking.
Figuring it out.
There's a lot of fucking adults. There's a lot of children in adults' bodies nowadays. I've noticed that too. Holy fuck, man! And I'm like, how the fuck does society cater to these people and allow them to fucking thrive and like exist? It's like, if you're a fucking 12-year-old in a fucking 25 or 30-year-old's body, how in the fuck are you making it? Are you like, how are you doing this? Like,
I've been wondering it for years, and it's best to not think about it. But like, the one thing that I've been getting, other than, literally just murdering my boss with words because they need me and I'm the best worker they have, so I can get away with it. Of course,
most important cog in the fucking machine.
I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. Did I tell you that story about how my boss was coming up to me and I was like, "Why is my pay fucked up? Where are my uniforms? It's been like 9 months." Like, and he's like, "Man, you talk bad about this company a lot." I'm like, "Be a fucking better company." And I'm like, technically it says here in the contract, I'm not a company representative until I have a uniform. And I'm telling him all this stuff. And eventually it got to the point where it's like, either fix the shit, dude, or quit. Find somebody who can. Yep. And it was like, I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. The most useful thing you could do right now is go start a shotgun, because you have at least a chance of creating some inspirational art. And he just he went to go write me up. And he comes out and he's like, "I need you to sign this saying that I'm writing you up for being overly aggressive towards management and swearing." And I said, "I'm not signing that. You could fire me. Then I could go on unemployment, make a shit ton of money, and stay home. I could use a vacation." Yeah. And he's like, "Well, I'm not going to fire you because you're too good of an employee." I'm like, "I guess I didn't get fucking wrote up then."
Right.
So, and I didn't sign the sheet, and he was just flabbergasted that I could talk to him like that in front of a bunch of other people.
Well, no, it's like, you got to stand up for yourself. Like, that's the thing, is like, there's just being a prick and like standing up for yourself. It's like,
well, it's like, I gave him so many chances. Like, yeah, I have to be a dick now. Do you think I want to do this? But like, I gave you so many chances, guy, and he didn't fix anything, didn't change anything.
Yeah, of course. So
yeah,
but yeah, I get very frustrated with people just not being able to fucking hash out a discussion rationally, and everything's a meme. It drives me nuts too. Yeah. Everything's a fucking meme. It's like,
serious for like 2 minutes, like, for
just
real.
2 minutes, just 2 minutes. Let's just talk about this shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I know memes are funny. I post memes because they're funny, right?
You do.
But it's like real life is not a meme. A meme is a fucking 30-second fucking escape.
Yep, and then you go, haha, and you move on.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
Uh-oh. Mike's frozen. Well, it's just you and me, guys. How's it going? It's a good frozen picture of him. There we go.
yeah, my internet.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's cool. But fucking A. We have 48 people watching me rant, and you fucking rant too. So it's
Well,
fucking
yeah,
awesome.
this is the first time I've been on in forever. I hope people are happy to see me.
Well, they're not happy to see you. They're just happy that I'm on.
Oh, that's fair. Well, they can't see you. You got that beautiful desert night camo on.
Fuck yeah, man. It's good shit. I was gonna wear the T block, but it's funny because like people recognize this, but I wear the T block. They're like, "What camo is that?" I'm like, "It's one of the best urban patterns ever fucking devised. If there ever is gonna be one."
That's right. And it's one of the precursors to the beautiful UCP pattern. That's what I love about it. It's the one of the primary influences for UCP.
So what I think should have happened, I'm gonna go take a piss really quick,
Sure.
and whatever.
I gotta
But like,
refill my water anyways. So
yeah, Let's talk about T
how about
block.
this? You go take a piss. I'll entertain the people, and then I gotta go throw more quarters in the dryer and get water when you come back.
Yeah, well, just do that then.
All right.
All right, we'll take 5.
All right.
Go do your shit now. You don't have to entertain these fucks.
God damn it. All right, I'll be back.
I'll be back in a bit.
Oh hell yeah! I'm back first. I'm back first. Still bagged milk here. I have some in my fridge. It's not shelf stable. Just so you guys know. Who's the other guy? That's Mike. Mike, seeing Arsenal here, your favoritist.
Fucking Matthias is watching this.
Yeah. I love
Damn.
Matthias. He's my
I know
favorite.
Matt just was like, "Hey, thanks for saying good things." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, always will, man."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, everybody laughed because they're like, "Oh, he's pissing." He's
Yep, we have to be human. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my
Been
bad.
entertaining for years.
Drinking
Darn.
fucking root beer. Try not to belch in your fucking ears, but I mean,
Oh,
hey,
soda,
you know
Mike. Come on now.
what?
Soda. It's not good for you.
It's zero sugar, so it's
Oh,
even
okay.
better.
Oh, it's got
All the
all the
chemicals.
aspartame in it.
Yep,
Oh,
all the chemicals.
I love it. Chemicals make food better. We all know that. Probably. Some people leave.
Oh, um,
He gots to pee. That's right. Sometimes he gots to pee.
yeah. Sometimes you gotta pee. I was also checking on the fuck I'm gonna eat for supper tonight. So,
Fair.
but yeah, no, it's you got to like Matt and Matthias and all those guys are like fucking real people too. Like
Real
those are gun
information.
tubers that I actually
Yeah.
don't fucking mind,
Yep.
and that's
They're
why I
just
will
there
always
doing
promote
their
them because it's
information,
like
which I like.
right. There's so much shit out there that's just fucking. It's to me, in my opinion, it's unbecoming of the fucking people who own firearms in this country. It makes us look like a bunch of fucking whiny, as I'm whining right now, but
I was gonna
like
say
a bunch of
we are that,
whiny,
Mike. We are whiny.
fucking terrified, spastic fucking idiots.
We are that. This is America, Mike. That's what we are.
No, we're not. That's the thing is like most people are not. Like we get
Yeah,
what's
most
going
people
on
are
and
not, but the like 15% we hear
we're
are.
oh, that was a verp. Not a
See,
lot of foam.
you told you got to stop drinking your chemicals. Have water.
My chemicals. I love
Yeah,
chemicals though.
you got to drink water. It's good for you.
It's no. Once in a while, I get a hankering. Like I don't want to drink the real root beer shit because it makes me like sick because of the amount of sugar.
Yeah,
Because I'm
you
not
got
used
the
to it.
Walmart by you, right?
Yeah,
So like in the deli, they have like soda that has like sucralose in it and like not aspartame and not like corn syrup. So it's like 35 calories and it's like not real sugar. Then you could get that, and that's what I get.
and I'm sure we're both gonna die of liver cancer at the same fucking age, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's fair. But I think because it's all like natural stuff and they use like
Yeah, I
natural
don't know.
flavors.
A&W, like for me, root beer, I'm very picky with it. Like
Yeah.
A&W is good. Barks, they put caffeine in there, and I don't really do caffeine anymore.
They
But
did before COVID had a non-caffeinated version, but like they got rid of
yeah,
so much
I just
shit
haven't
with
seen it.
COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is dumb because like Barks is my second. It's got
I
more of a
like it because
bite
it's
to it.
spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. Yeah, exactly. It's more like sarsaparilla
Yeah.
than it is, But A&W, in my opinion, A&W, the real shit,
Hmm.
like the shit back before corn syrup was a thing when it was actually like sugar.
Yeah.
A&W has fucking got it for root beer. That's my fucking favorite. It's fucking amazing. It's yes, okay. Michael Mitchell, a lot of times you annoy me. A&W is best in a frosted fucking mug with the original recipe using sugar and not high
Yep.
fructose corn syrup.
Like you get at the restaurant.
Absolutely. That fucking head it gets on there that crystallizes and it freezes. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That is how root beer is supposed to be
Supposed to be.
enjoyed.
Right.
This is the best I can do at the moment, but it's still I don't know what the fuck they have. It's like it's the best. But here's the thing: is like if I'm drinking sarsaparilla, like actual like it's basically like drinking Canada Dry ginger ale
Yeah.
versus ginger beer. When you're going from like root beer to sarsaparilla, that's kind of my comparison.
Yeah.
Would you say that's accurate?
That is pretty accurate because
Ugh.
ginger beer is just like ginger ale, but on steroids.
Oh, that's fucking. It'll clear your sinuses out,
It will fucking clear your sinuses.
and
So
it's fucking delicious.
it's
Trader
so good.
Joe's. Trader Joe's has the best goddamn ginger beer that I think you can buy currently. It's made with sugar. It
Hmm.
comes in a reusable Grolsch bottle, a green one.
Hmm.
It's like basically I think it's almost a liter. I forgot it. It's been a while, but like that shit is so fucking delicious and it's spicy. It's got the ginger in there.
It's
And
got
when
so
you're
much
drinking,
like good probiotics and crap like that that
I
you
don't know
can.
about that, but like
Well, because
it's
it's a lot of it's naturally fermented. Ginger beer is
yeah, but
naturally
no, but they
fermented.
pasteurize it. They have to sell it.
Sometimes.
No, the Trader Joe shit's pasteurized. So yeah,
Oh,
all the
okay.
probiotics get killed, most of them. But Yeah, it's fermented, so it's a different kind of carbonation. It's so fucking good. And when you're drinking an actual sarsaparilla, like I know on Big Lebowski, y'all got any of that good sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla.
But no, sarsaparilla soda is fucking amazing. It's
Mhm.
spicy though. Holy shit.
Way spicy.
But it's delicious.
But would you say
And then
root beer is like your go-to soda of choice?
if I drank soda, it's I've got 3 that I would go to at any time, right? In no particular order, original Coca-Cola with sugar, not corn
Mhm.
syrup. Original Coca-Cola. Ice fucking cold out of a
Yep.
bottle. Okay. Original Coca-Cola. A&W root beer.
Okay.
Okay. Again, out of a glass bottle. These are all out of glass bottles. And my next one's going to probably surprise you. Dr. Pepper.
No, I can see that.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The original with sugar. Again, if you're going to be drinking sugar, you might as well just drink sugar. It's like high fructose corn syrup is so fucking disgusting.
It's so
It
bad
makes
for
it.
you too.
It's so. But it makes it too sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be Coca-Cola, A&W root beer, and Dr. Pepper are my 3 top favorite sodas of all time.
Fair.
So I
Coke,
don't drink them because
Dr.
they're fucking
Pepper,
terrible.
Ruby Red Squirt.
Yeah, it's Ruby Red. It's
Grapefruit.
not
Grapefruit
bad.
soda.
No, I like it. Trust me,
Mhm.
I like it. I grew up with it, but like it's. I would take Fresca over Ruby Red Squirt.
Fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can see that. I just like how you can get Fresca is a diet soda, so it only comes with aspartame.
True.
So that's why I prefer Squirt over.
Yeah, I get that. Here's the thing: is either one of those, if somebody gave them to me, and well, nowadays I'd probably be like, I'm good with water.
Yep.
But like, you know, yeah, Ruby Red Squirt's delicious. So is
So good.
Fanta
Yep.
Orange, way better than Sunkist. Oh my god.
For sure.
So, but yeah, I think all sodas should be mandated in the U.S. to not use high fructose corn syrup, but we can't do that because the government lobbied and there's so much shit that they're
And
like,
it's
oh, we just
subsidized. So they get it for way cheaper than sugar.
oh, it's so fucking
Even though
bad.
sugar is like astronomically cheap here in the United States, but like I
Right.
don't think people want to, because like a lot of people buy soda, and unfortunately, like they're not now. Actually, people are realizing it's fucking horrendous for you.
Oh, I'll drink.
So,
I'll
like,
drink sparkling water. I'll drink the Qua and bubbly
yeah,
over that shit
but
any
like
day.
that's why a case of Coke now is like $12 because nobody's buying it anymore. When it used to be like a couple of years ago, it was like $6. So
Yeah, but it's still like it's people should not. Here's the thing: is like, people in the U.S. like 120 years ago, they had maybe a cup of refined sugar per year.
yeah, and now it's in everything.
It's in everything, and it's fucked up because sugar is not good for you. Like in big
It's
amounts,
not.
it's not
Your
good for
body's
you.
not supposed to like have it.
No, it's
Not
supposed
in
to be a
any
reward, a
large
temporary
quantities,
reward.
anyways.
Right? Yeah.
So
And but no, but as far as soda goes, if you're gonna make fucking soda, just use fucking sugar.
mhm.
Like don't fucking use high fructose corn syrup. It's terrible.
It's awful. I
It's
get it.
it's it's basically so sugar is bad for you. So it's basically like alcohol, right? So sugar is like a fortified wine. It's like 16%. Your body doesn't like it. It's not good, but it recognizes it and it can process that amount.
Yep.
High fructose corn syrup is like drinking fucking Everclear.
Oh,
You
great.
know?
Where's my poster that says I drink a lot of Everclear? I love that stuff.
No, that shit will kill your fucking liver. That's not
Oh,
good.
that was my daily drinker for the
Oh,
longest time.
back in the day, at a party, I would show up with a liter of Everclear and I'd drink half of it, and that'd be my
Yeah.
drink for the night.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cheap. It's
Exactly. I love it, and so little goes so long a ways, and it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, I used to drink it straight, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it burns a little, but it's fine."
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you want to get there,
but
you know?
it's not good though. It's
No,
really
it's
not
not.
good.
It'll ruin your
It's
stomach
terrible.
lining if you're doing that all the time.
Oh,
Every
fuck
now and
yeah.
then, it's okay. It says right on the
Yep.
back of the bottle, "Will hurt your organs if you drink it straight." So, like, don't do that.
Oh yeah, I definitely did there was probably about 2 months,
Oh,
like
fuck yeah,
10,
I did too,
12
but,
years
like,
ago.
if you do it regularly, it will literally hurt your organs. Don't do
Yep. And,
that.
but anyway, so but that's kinda like the sugar equivalent and, like, how it affects your body is, like, however does corn syrup spikes your fucking blood sugar
Yeah, it does.
immediately. Oh my god, and sugar, it spikes your glucose, but not again, it's like drinking, fortified
Well,
wine versus
sugar
fucking
also gets
Everclear.
processed faster in your body because it's already, like, broke down. Corn syrup doesn't.
No, it's so concentrated, it's just so
Mhm.
fucked up, and it just every time I have something like once in a while, I have like a pop or yeah, we call it pop up here. Sorry, guys. Uh, I'll have a pop and I'll have it with corn syrup, and I'll just feel like shit
Ex
off of
like, I
one.
haven't had sugar for you remember when I went on my journey of, like, I gotta
Yeah.
cut myself down to, like, less than 50 grams of sugar a day,
Hmm.
and, like, now like, a couple weeks back, I went to the gas station. I go to Quick Trip because 'cause I've been living off gas station food for forever, and they're like, "Oh, you got since you're, like, a points whatever, you can get, like, a free donut." I was like, "Cool. I'm not gonna turn down a free donut." And I didn't get anything, like, fancy, so I had, like, a Persian, which is like a cinnamon roll with, like,
Yeah.
frosting on it.
Yep.
I took, like, 2 bites, and I was like, "Holy fuck, I can't do this."
It's so overly sweet.
Yeah. It was
I
like,
mean,
"I'm
it's
gonna
like,
be sick if I eat another bite of this."
dude, yeah, and that's the thing is like, I loved like back when you could still get things that weren't fucking mass produced for the cheapest possible price, and it was like you get a donut and it's like not super sweet, it's delicious,
Mhm,
it's whatever, soda as well.
mhm.
And then I remember the first time I had well, no, that's not the first time I had it. I don't remember the first time I had corn syrup because it was in the 90s, so yeah. But
Oh, so everything you ate because it
but
was
no,
the
I
90s.
remember like I here's the thing is I remember drinking a Surge when it first came out in like
Ooh,
1998. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, the first time I had a Surge, the funny story about that, I was in Boy Scouts and we were up at this VFW lodge where we had our meetings. And I was like, shit, I want to pop, but whatever. So I just kind of like I was like doing the whole like lean on the thing and like hit it. I'm like,
yeah.
God damn it. And all of a sudden a fucking Surge dropped out of that fucking machine. And it's like divine intervention. So I grabbed it and I fucking had that. I did not sleep that night. I was like, woo, this is fucking
Yep,
awesome.
a kid and they're, like, the big pounder cans, so, like,
No,
as a
it was a
tiny
12
kid,
ounce can. It was a 12-ounce can.
Oh,
But like
okay. That's like,
yeah, it
fuck.
was when it first came out. And then because that was Coca-Cola's answer to fucking Pepsi's Mountain Dew, right?
That's
More
right.
caffeine. But that was the first time that I realized that like I got that like film in my mouth.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
the first time I remember having corn syrup. Now looking back on it, I had this film in my mouth. And I'm like, my teeth felt all fucking weird
You
and
could
shit. And
almost,
it's
like,
like,
feel the plaque forming on your teeth.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, this isn't good, but I love it. So and then Fruitopia. I don't know if you guys had that in Canada, but
No.
like
We had Clearly
Fruitopia,
Canadian in the 90s?
Clear Canadian was good. That's got a lot of fucking aspartame in it. Holy shit.
Nope, they're made with sugar now.
Well, no, Clear Canadian is like the 0 calorie fucking whatever.
Was. It's
That was their
back
whole
now.
shtick.
It's made with
Yeah.
real sugar.
Okay. Anyway, Fruitopia was corn syrup with
Mm.
flavorings in it. And I had that shit and it was like, okay, well, it's different now. And then everything went to corn syrup and it was just like fucking Christ. But anyway,
Yep. I agree. Coke should start I complain to the Coke guys all the time, like, "How come you don't have, like, a real sugar Coke?"
well, they do it. You just have to get it in Mexico.
They import it here, but you can get a 4-pack of glass bottles, and they're the same size as a can, 355 milliliters, okay? That's 12 ounces for you Americans.
Well,
$7
I
for 4.
thought you were an American now.
I am, yeah. But, like, I still believe the metric system should be used because it's easy.
Imperial system is much more precise in very, very, very fucking minute things.
Yeah, but this is a can of soda we're talking about. But
True, but
but yeah, I did both. Okay, I did both because some people might not be from America here in your chat, Mike. So I did both.
who gives a
355
flying
milliliters is
fuck?
a standard can of soda. It's
Yeah, it's
12
12
ounces.
ounces. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And so those glass bottles they get from Mexico, they're $7. for a 4-pack.
Well, back in the day too, I also would love this to happen again. Back in the day, people would buy a 6-pack of Coca-Cola or whatever the fuck it was in glass bottles. They'd drink it, and then you wash them out, and then you bring them back to, or you turn them in, and you get a deposit back.
Yeah, you got like a huge portion of your money back. It was almost enough to pay for a whole nother 6-pack.
And they reuse the bottles, they
Mhm.
clean them, they sanitize them, and they refilled them and
That's
put a
what
new
they do
cap
in
on them.
Mexico with like the half liters and bigger. You could see all the bottles. I actually have a couple of them, the old half liters, where they were bumping against each other in like the wood crates that they come in.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
all the bottles at their widest parts were bumping against each other
Well,
because there's like a
you know,
thing
but
going
here's the
on.
thing: is Big Daddy government. Oh, people can get cut on broken glass bottles. It's like, okay, who gives a fuck?
People can get cut on plastic too. Plastic's just cheaper though.
Uh-huh. Well, there we go. It's
Yeah.
lighter to ship,
Hmm.
whatever. And it's like, well, I don't know, glass is probably one of the best things you can drink out of.
Yeah. It
It's
doesn't leach
just,
any chemicals into your
nope.
stuff.
It's
It
sand.
if you don't recycle it, it turns into dirt because
But
glass is
I also
dirt
like the whole
basically.
sustainability. It was like, yeah, you buy a 6-pack, you break one bottle, it falls, whatever the fuck. You still have 5 bottles that are going to be back and reused.
Hmm.
Instead of like plastic going into a fucking landfill that's going to deteriorate in
Yeah, and
2,000
glass
years.
eventually just turns into dirt. Glass is quartz. Most of the dirt is quartz.
Yeah, I know it's silica. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking whatever. It's
So,
it's just melted down, and it's like it's a natural fucking thing.
mhm,
It's not plastic. I know
yeah,
plastic's natural, but it's very refined. You have
yeah,
to get plastic. You have to refine oil
and use a
to
ton
the
of
nth
chemicals
degree.
and a ton of heat, which
Yep.
costs more chemicals and more fuel and more electricity. Glass is the easiest to recycle material. Like everyone's like, you could recycle aluminum and you could recycle plastic. Yeah, you can, but it takes more energy than it takes to recycle glass.
Correct. And aluminum is the most commonly found metal in the fucking world.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, the aluminum can is fine, but it's also lined with plastic.
Plastic. Yep.
You know,
Because turns out aluminum gives you Alzheimer's.
well, if you cook with it,
Well,
it,
it
it
also
aluminum leaches in there.
the acid in a lot of the stuff that would be just bare
Right.
aluminum would
Well,
get
no, like
aluminum in
here's the
your
thing is
food. Yeah.
people had aluminum cookware because it was lightweight, it was cheap.
Hmm.
And then yeah, they cook soup in there, which is acidic,
Yep.
with tomatoes and stuff
And it would
and
leach
whatever.
aluminum and you get fucking Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Right. And then I stopped using aluminum a long time ago for cookware. And
Cast iron, she's the way to go.
yeah, cast iron, it's just more maintenance, people don't want to do that.
It's easy though.
Well, it's not easy. Like, so with the stress, life that everybody fucking has now, everybody go, make that money, chase that fucking
Yeah, but
rabbit.
it's like, how often do you really have to re-season it? I do mine like twice a year, and
No,
yeah,
no, no,
I'll
it's not. It has nothing to do with reseasoning it. It has everything to do with like cleaning it. You actually have to clean it. It takes
just
effort.
don't
You have to.
just rinse it out.
I don't use soap on. I have a seasoned pan. I don't use soap.
Yeah, you just rinse it out. You're done. Fucking
I
throw it
let it
back in the
sit for a
cabinet.
bit.
Yeah.
I let it sit for a bit, and then I rinse it out with a sponge.
Yep, and throw it back in the cabinet.
Right,
So,
but it's also heavy. People don't like heavy.
yeah, people are weak nowadays. I get it. Be nice. Be nice. So I'm a big fan, anyways, of cast iron cookware.
Oh,
I
me too.
bought
Like
one
the
of those. You know how you have that cool like that big French pan you got?
Yep.
I bought one of the like Lodge copies of it for like $50, and
Hmm.
it's okay. It's not as good. It's definitely not as good, but like cool. It's all the goodness of a cast iron, but none of the bad because they enameled it.
Oh, they enameled it. Yeah. No, my French pan is that's a big fucker. It was expensive, but once I got it seasoned, it's fucking beautiful. And
Yeah,
it's carbon steel, so it's lighter, but it still performs like cast iron.
yeah. No, I got one of the Lodge ones, so it's cast iron, and they just fucking enameled it. So
Right.
things heavy as all sin, but like it's cool. I'm a fan, anyways. I like cast iron a lot. So And I like how if I just leave it outside, it'll just disintegrate eventually, and it's not going to hurt the environment.
Right, yeah, it oxidizes, but like, no, cast iron. I think the people, the reason people also don't like to use cast iron is because you have to know your pan, your individual pan, because there are hot spots and there are cold spots,
Yep.
and when you figure that out, I mean, cast iron obviously, in my opinion, gives the best fucking flavor.
Well, if my thing is like nowadays, it's become real popular. Used to be real popular. If you don't like using cast iron because you don't like the weight and you don't want to have to learn it, get a carbon steel pan. It's a piece of sheet
Well,
metal.
right,
That's
right,
really
right.
good.
Yeah, we have those now, of
Yeah,
course.
like it's that easy. Get a carbon steel pan. You don't have to worry about anything then.
Yeah, yeah, carbon steel, like the one I got is huge, so it's really
Yeah,
heavy still. But like, if I were to have a cast iron, it's a 16-inch pan, so
yeah,
it's like it's
that's a big
fucking.
fucking pan. Yeah,
Or no, it's is it a 12 or a 6? It's 16 at the top, it's 12 on the bottom, so it's a 12-inch pan. It's fucking really heavy. But if I were to have a cast iron pan the same size, it would be 3 times as heavy.
yeah.
And this also cooks a lot more even,
Hmm.
And when I fry bacon in there, it's like I know exactly where to put the bacon. I don't have to find the spots that's going to cook faster and whatever. It cooks evenly and whatever. It seasons the same. You have to still do that and get that layer of grease and shit
Yeah,
built up on it. But yeah, I love it, and I still use it. It's fucking amazing.
I gotta
I
get one,
do
but they're
like,
pricey.
yeah. So those pans that I showed you when you were here, the scan pans,
Yeah,
the ones that are made in Denmark,
yeah.
um, the non-stick ones, I still have yet to have any flaking or anything with those.
Really. Hmm.
Really, really, and so they're expensive again. They're very expensive. Like
Yeah,
I think the big one was $110, and then the 8-inch one was like $80, and then the 6-inch one was like 50 or $60. But I've cooked so much goddamn food with those things. They're so easy to clean, and they cook evenly. They cook efficiently. It's fucking amazing, dude.
yeah.
And
I'm
and
also
I
paying for stuff to. I'm you know me. I'd rather buy something once and never have to worry about it ever again.
that's why I got the Le Creuset Dutch oven, that big
Yeah,
fucker. It's like because that thing I'll pass down to my kids, and they'll pass
yeah.
it down to their kids. It was expensive as fuck, but
You never have to worry about it ever again.
you never have to worry about it. And whatever you cook in there is fucking amazing. It's cast
Yeah.
iron that's enameled, but it's enameled correctly.
Yep.
It's named because it's made in France,
Hmm.
and some of their
And
shit's
they've
made in
been
China.
making
So
them
you
the
have
same way for like 200 fucking years, so they're
right. Well,
never
that's the
gonna have
thing
any
too. Is
problem.
like I was reading somebody posted like they made recipes and they're like, yeah, I'm using the same Le Creuset cookware that my grandmother bought in the 19 teens. Had a restaurant in France in the 20s and 30s, and then brought it here. And she's like, I'm using the same cookware,
Yeah,
and like it still cooks is amazing. Like during the restaurant days when you've got shit going all the time,
yeah,
it's like those things were used and abused, but it's like they're made correctly, and that's
yeah.
why
They're never gonna
I'd,
wear
I'd
out.
rather
They're never
spend
gonna
more
break down.
money. Right, I'd rather spend more money on shit that's made well than shit that's made cheaply in China.
Yep.
And
I'm a
it's like,
big fan of the lifetime warranty.
mhm. Well,
Like my
Craftsman,
winter coat, fucking lifetime warranty because it's a Filson.
right? You paid a
And everyone's like,
shitload
"That's
for it.
overpriced." I'm like, "I bought one fucking coat. There's my whole life right there. Done."
There it is. Yep, yep,
Yep. It's a great fucking winter coat. It's heavy ass fucking wool and it's waxed goddamn cotton.
yep.
So there's no harsh chemicals in it. There's no fucking plastic.
Right.
It's just gonna last forever. And if it doesn't, they'll send me a new one.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing with Craftsman tools. Like I like them too because they're made. Well, they were made in the U.S.
They were made
and
in the US.
well, I think they're still mostly made in the U.S. But like, it's like, dude, just I will. That's the thing is, I get it that people can't always have that privilege of like being able to spend more money for something, but it's like even if you're poor, because definitely I've been poor in my life a lot.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna do a purchase like that, buy something that's expensive as shit
Hmm.
that is
It's
backed
cheaper in the
up
long run. That's what
and
people don't look at.
that's what I was just gonna say is like because then you won't have to buy 5 or 10 of these fucking things over your lifetime.
Yeah. Like I bought a pair of Limmer standard boots. They're like $450. They're like hiking boots, and people said, "Why would you spend $450 on a pair of boots?" I'm like,
Because that's it.
"They're lifetime warranted. I'm gonna wear them for forever." You know, my feet aren't gonna change that much in size anymore. They're fucking super well broken. All right. I'm gonna maybe have to get them resold twice in my entire fucking life because they got the big fucking Vibram yellow diamond fucking
That's like
outfit.
what, fucking $80
Yeah, if
to get 'em
that, you know.
to get 'em
And I'm
resold?
like, so you go out and you buy, a $70 pair of Nikes every year because you wear them out. Well, you
Right,
just caught up
right,
to me, in like 7 years. You already spent more than I did on a pair of boots I'm going to wear for 60 years.
right. It's the immediate gratification and like the
Yeah,
marketing that, fucking destroys people. But
I get it. I'd rather
uh,
get something that wears in, not wears out.
well, and okay, so we'll bring it back because people are like, "Oh, fuck you, talking about stupid shit."
They're
We'll bring
talking
it back
about
to
all the
guns.
rimmed ammo, the best ammo.
Yeah, we'll talk about guns. So surplus, right? Fucking Moist Nugget 9130.
That's right. The best, the actual two world wars gun.
Not the 9130. It's One World War.
The moist nugget in general.
We'll say the M91 platform. How about that?
Yeah, because you can't also say 1911 because they came out with a new one.
The A1. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like everyone's like my
Okay,
two
we'll
world
we'll,
wars.
we'll
That's not
say
true. So
we'll say the 91 platform.
there you
Okay,
go. Yep,
rifle.
yep.
Um, dude, that thing. It's not pretty. You got to learn how to handle it.
Oh, they're gorgeous. I love them. They're beautiful.
I think they're ugly, personally.
Oh no, I think there's much more ugly guns out there.
Yes, there are, but like I think the 91 is a
I
fucking
think the
ugly rifle.
9130 is the ugliest version of the Mosin, but like
It's not that much different than the 91 though. It's a little bit shorter and got a globe sight on the front and then a different
right.
rear sight. But anyway, I think it's ugly. But here's the thing. That's why I'm really pissed off that they're not $70 anymore because I've got enough. Like
You got a lot of them. Yeah,
I stopped buying them. Like it's like whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I bought most of these when they were $70.
yeah.
And because I was like, I want a rifle that is going to fucking do work
Hmm.
longer than I'm going to be alive.
It'll do whatever you ask it to, and if it doesn't, there's parts out there. There's a jillion parts out there.
A jillion. And it's like, so the $70, I wish everybody could just be able to spend $70,
Get a
get a
9130.
fucking 9130 with a bayonet, a fucking ammo pouch, a cleaning kit, and whatever,
Well, the sad thing
and
is
be
they
able.
still can. There's more of them out there than ever available now.
They're expensive as fuck. I'm talking $70, the price
Yeah,
point.
I know, but like, there's no reason why they shouldn't be $70 anymore.
Correct. And
Because there's
so
like 35 fucking million of them that were made.
yeah, with all the countries. But
Yeah.
so that fucker for $70, some very poor person can buy a rifle for $70, get the ammo for
Mhm.
dirt cheap. It's like it was $5 for 20 rounds. Okay. You go and sight it in with 10, and you go out and you hunt and you collect game with the
Mhm.
other 10 rounds, and you eat.
Yep.
And you've got a tool that, if you treat it correctly, is probably not going to break.
It'll outlive you for forever. It's
And
been
it's a
put through its paces for its entire life. There's still
well,
a
and
need.
that's why I like surplus, is because most of the shit in surplus is like, they built these fucking things to last and withstand
To survive the
grave
harshest thing
abuse.
humanity can throw at it, war.
Grave abuse. I mean,
Yeah.
really bad abuse, like being dropped, being fucking kicked around, being fucking,
Mhm.
whatever. So these military rifles, it's like, I'm glad that they're not being used to kill people, right? And
I
that's
mean,
why I
well,
was
they
like,
still are. The Mosin still is.
work with me here, Devin.
All right. So,
But like I'm saying, like when they're surplused out, the majority of people that were buying them is because it was cool, or
mhm.
it's like it's a cheap hunting rifle,
Yep.
and
We've
it's
all
like,
seen the Archangel stocks. Are great.
I don't give a shit.
Yep.
If somebody can buy a fucking Mosin for $70 and they want to spend 150 on an Archangel stock, and that makes them be able to put food on their family's table, fucking great.
Hmm.
Fucking great. Do
Yep.
it. I don't give a shit. But it's like, Yeah, it's like the classic car market. It's like, I mean, I've honestly stopped collecting guns. I've got like 5 or 6 guns on my grail list. Like before I
Yep,
die, I will own them. But it's just like it's not fun anymore because it's like you used to be able to get shit for so cheap,
for sure. Well,
and
you've known
it's
me for forever. I've never wanted all that many guns. I have like the two things that I like and collect, and I've got most of them.
right, but it's getting harder. Like
Yeah,
even
but
if
like
you
now I've got them. It doesn't matter. So like I have them.
right,
Wait. So
I do want a fucking Youngman AG-42B. I want an SCT-40, not because I like them, but because it fills a hole in the collection, and I
yep.
just kind of want to have one. I want a G43, and I want I want to get another. I had one at one point, but I want to get a Madsen M47.
There you go. It's not a bad thing.
They're so expensive now, though. It's like
The
fucking. I
only thing
mean,
I don't think I'll probably ever get Hungarian 35M.
yeah, they pop up once in a while. Yeah,
They
they're
do. They
expensive.
pop up once in a while, but a
They're
lot of them usually
expensive.
they're pretty fucking rough, and I don't
Yeah,
want one
and they're
that's pretty rough.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always at least 2.5 grand.
Hmm.
You know, so but they kind of are worth that because there's like none of them left, and they didn't make that many.
Right.
You know, but so I'm not like complaining that the price is there, but they're so rough. So
Oh, for sure. But yeah, it's like that's kind of why I like surplus shit is because it's built to last.
mhm.
It used to be cheap, and dude, I literally want everybody on Earth, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody. And hear me out. I want everybody on Earth to be able to have access to firearms because that
Mhm.
keeps the playing field even.
That's
If
right.
you decide, oh, I'm going to be a fuckhead and I'm going to go out and get a couple guys together and go terrorize people, well,
Someone else will
everybody
do
has
you.
everybody has the means to fucking put that down.
Yep. Did
So
you
I
know?
think
I found out something interesting the other day. So
what's up?
obviously, the United States is the most per capita. All right, guns owned country in the world. Do you know what
Yeah.
the second country with the most guns per capita is?
No.
It surprised the shit out of me. You don't even want to take a stab at it.
No, I'm not going to do this. No.
India.
Yeah, I know nothing about Indian firearm laws.
So the U.S. has about 12 guns per person per capita. Okay. India, it's like 7.
Are these accessible firearms or are these just in their arsenals?
These are owned by the civilian population.
Okay.
And I was like, wow,
Not that
India.
I'm doubting
Of
you.
all
Do you have
places.
something to back it up with?
There's a couple different things that I fact checked on that. And sometimes it seems to fluctuate between Russia and India, but India's got gun laws where they register a lot of that stuff. It
Yeah.
has to be kind of like in the United States. They have pretty similar gun laws a lot of ways, kind of and heavy restrictions in more populated areas. But Russia stuff is kind of like fudged because it's always kind of like fudged.
Yeah.
So, but like India, yeah, it was
Cool.
like surprised the shit out of me. But like they apparently hunting's a real big thing in India.
Good. Well, it's a huge
Yeah,
country. People don't
yeah,
realize that like a lot of their population is in the big cities, but like
it's
it's
all
a
along the coast.
massive fucking country.
Yeah, it's all along the coast is where most of their population lives, and then you got all the stuff in the center, and it's got a lot of different environments and tons of different stuff like that. But like apparently they make a lot of guns in India. They have a lot of guns in India, but it's like old world stuff. Like they still make commercial like hunting weapons based off of like the Martini Henry and like based off of
Yeah.
the SMLE and stuff. They just make hunting rifles and stuff based off
Well,
those.
if it works, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And I was like looking into it and I was like, huh.
Well, that's the thing is like I posted this on my channel before, but like I've killed game basically exclusively with military surplus firearms since I was 15.
Fair. I'm like, I don't own like a hunting rifle.
Yeah, but you own a
I've
rifle that you
never
can.
owned like a hunting rifle.
Yeah, like a Winchester Model 70 or 700
Yeah.
or a 710 or
Like I've
something like that.
never
Yeah.
owned like it's a hunting rifle. I've always owned something that either was a surplus gun that was sporterized way fucking back in the day, or just a
Right.
straight surplus gun. So
Yeah, you could definitely harvest game with that. Trust me, I would know.
yeah.
So it's like yeah, I've hunted game with well the first thing I hunted with my long branch. I told you
Hmm.
that like the number 4 Mark 1, and I
That
dropped.
one's coming with me this year because I didn't own one until very recently because I had problems with the number 4 from back in early service days.
Yeah, but like if you get a good one, it's fine.
Yeah, I got one that's basically unissued. It's like brand fucking new. So
Yep. And so yeah, I mean, I hunted with that thing for fucking years, and then when I started getting when I got back from the deployment and everything, I had more money, and I was like, I'm gonna get K98 and M1 and all that shit. So
yeah,
I hunted with my K98 for a couple years, and every fucking time, point, shoot, bam, harvested,
yep,
animal dead, meat on the table.
right.
And then I hunted with the M1 one year, meat on the table. And then what the fuck did I hunt with the rest of those times? I hunted with the M1 for more than 1 year. I hunted with that for like 2 years, and then I used my K31. I actually had that video on YouTube of like I dropped 2 fucking deer in 2016 with the K31.
Fair.
Like,
I've been hunting because the first gun that I bought in the United States was a Mosin.
mm-hmm.
A lot of my first hunting gears here were with a Mosin.
No,
There's the best Mosin. It's the M39, but like
right, yeah, but I mean, still, dude, that's what I love about surplus guns. Again, I'll go back to it. Is like you should be able to buy a surplus gun for under $300, in my opinion. It's not that's not the reality anymore, but like that's my opinion. Yeah. And you should be able to get ammo for it, both commercial and surplus.
Yep.
And you should be able to go out there without any optics on there and fucking harvest a deer. If you want to drill and tap your fucking M39 or your fucking 9130 and you want to, put a scope on it, go for it.
Yep.
Whatever. They're
I
cheap
always tell
enough.
people, I'm like, it's your fucking gun.
Well, that's the thing is, that's why some people they're like, oh, I don't want to do. I'm like, if you want to sporterize it, go for it. Like it's your fucking rifle.
gun. Do whatever you want with it. I mean, it's your gun. That's the thing.
If it works and it gets meat on your fucking table,
yeah.
Everyone's
like the history, or like other people are shaming them. Like you're destroying a piece of history. Doesn't matter. It's not your fucking gun. It's their fucking gun.
I stopped giving up on that a long time ago because of that mentality. I was like, yeah, it's your fucking gun, dude. And like,
do whatever you want with your fucking gun. Yeah.
I've got a Mosin. It's all reversible, but I've got a Mosin that's in an Archangel stock. Yeah. I've never completed it because the ring broke for the scope. But like, anyway, I'll get there eventually. But like, I have a bent bolt for it. It's like, dude, I just wanted to see. Like, I just want people to be able to have guns.
Yeah.
Like, I think if everybody had guns and knew how to use them, and they're just a tool.
I think it should be taught in schools.
Like you use a fucking fork or
the Constitution. I think gun safety should be taught in schools.
Oh no, I'm talking worldwide. I'm like, a gun should be as familiar as like chopsticks or a fucking fork and a knife.
That's right.
That it should be as familiar. Everybody's got them. I think the world will be a lot less dangerous if everybody had the means.
Well, have you noticed that a lot of the places that are being like, everyone's like, oh, but anyone will just be able to shoot anybody. And I'm like,
correct.
Yeah. Well, like the second somebody pulls a gun with malintent and somebody else is there who doesn't have malintent, it's over.
Well, I think people underestimate a lot. People underestimate universal morals. Okay. Well, this is a huge,
and all these mass shootings all keep happening in the same places where guns can't be taken.
Right. But like, here's the thing: is like why I say this. This leads into a point, which is what you just kind of brought up.
Yeah,
is like morals are fairly universal among cultures, religions, and all that shit. You get a few retards in every fucking group. You're gonna have that. Okay?
You're gonna have that.
You're gonna have that. Basic universal morals are: it's not okay to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to kill you, but that's not okay for them to try to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a universal moral, right? So it's a two-way street.
Murder's bad.
Right. 2 is don't fucking instigate shit that can get somebody to that point.
Well,
don't
somebody
just
better tell the U.S. government they got to tone it down with the wars.
Correct. No, I'm denying that. Like, yeah, no, I agree. Wars are fucking retarded. I hate that shit. But like, the first one though that I said is like pretty universal, right?
Yeah. I think it's in every religion in their like book. It says don't kill people.
Don't steal shit.
Don't steal shit. Yeah. Don't fuck somebody else's wife.
It's not just the Ten Commandments, it's just universal like things that
Yeah.
people agree on and they go, this is how we can work together.
Yep. Turns out,
And
what? Are you saying people are the same, Mike?
generally, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so there's those universal things. So yeah, if everybody had, I would literally not mind at all if wherever I went in the world, including the U.S., somebody's got a fucking rifle sling around their shoulder, or a pistol on their hip, or both, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I go up to them and I'm like, hey, how you doing, buddy? Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because that means that I'm not going to fuck around with this guy.
Yeah.
We get a disagreement and all that shit, but also get your emotions in check.
Yeah.
That would
If
also help a
you
lot,
feel
with
like
that.
somebody, yelled at you so much that you need to shoot them now, you have a problem.
Right.
So,
And it's a human emotion, but it's like it'd be kept a lot more in check if they went, well, if I shot this guy, I'm gonna get fucking I'm just gonna be destroyed. And
somebody's
I
gonna
don't
get
care
laid
about
out,
that.
yeah.
Well, then you're a fucking psycho and you're in a bad point. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta call the
Or you
herd
know
at
what?
one
You
point.
might not even be a psycho in a bad point. Maybe you just gotta go like chill, relax.
Right.
Fucking,
I just think
you're
society,
too near the end of your rope. Go relax.
and I think people would be a lot less at the end of the rope if everybody just had the means to end any kind of threat,
Yeah,
actual threat from psychos.
fair.
I think it'd be a lot less stressful if everybody was just on the same playing field. So
I agree. I think
illusions of
everybody-
grandeur, of course. It's like it is what it is, but
Yeah,
like
it's not ever gonna happen. But
no, that's my opinion.
yeah,
But even if we did it in the U.S., like everybody's carrying a gun. I don't care if everybody carries a gun. Go for it.
fair.
I'm not
You know
gonna
what?
fuck with you.
I don't understand those people that are like, oh, I'm sitting down at this restaurant and I can't eat here because that guy at that table over there has a gun on his hip. Mind your fucking business. He's not waving it around. Fuck off.
Oh no, my opinion too is like, if he was gonna shoot us, he would have already done it by now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care if it makes you uncomfortable. He's just here to eat like everyone else. All right. He's not fucking waving
Right.
it around.
Although
Piss off.
although it's like, because of the current climate of things, I wouldn't open carry per se because people aren't familiar with it enough and they get scared. I see people all the time that around here they open carry and I'm like, good for you.
Yep.
I see cops walk by them and just there's nothing.
Yeah,
There's
you're
not
right.
even
You can do whatever. Yeah, you're right.
you just say hi and like fucking it's like okay, cool, you have a gun on you. Cool.
Yeah.
You should
Neat.
be able to carry any fucking weapon that you deem necessary to defend against horrible acts and defend against your well-being and your family's well-being. You should be able to carry a fucking M60, even though it's impractical and I would never
Yeah,
carry
I was
one.
like, you should be able to carry what you feel like you can comfortably carry all day.
Dude, M60 or a 240, that'd be too fucking heavy for me to lug
That's
around.
way
all
too
day.
fucking heavy. I mean,
It's-
even people that like haven't carried like an AR all day and stuff like that,
Right.
even that can be a bit fucking heavy.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
it gets annoying. Any rifle, any
Yeah,
fucking rifle.
it's
That's why
bulky,
pistols are a
right.
lot better. It's like,
Mhm.
but you don't have the range, you don't have the whatever. But like,
You say
No.
that like I didn't just buy a 210 that'll shoot 100 yards.
that's 100 yards though.
If for a handgun, that's amazing.
Yeah, can you do that though? Let's be honest.
No, but the handgun can.
Right, exactly. But
So same
but yeah.
reason I like the Tokarev. That's a gun that'll shoot 100 fucking yards.
fuck yeah, it's
So-
just a matter if you can. But like,
Yeah.
and again, I want everybody to be as familiar with firearms as you are with a fork and spoon or chopsticks,
For sure.
And it's like, so I know how to use it. It's fine. And I think the world would be a lot less violent. It might be violent for the first like 5 to 10 years of that.
Well, you've heard. Well, I mean, the crazies are going to have to be weeded out.
That's what I mean. That's what I say
You're
about
going to have
violent.
that
Like,
period, but like,
it's gonna be that period. But like after that, I think it's gonna be like, yeah, everybody. If you don't want to carry a firearm, who gives a fuck?
fair. It's like when I was extreme, back in my extreme days, and I said, why don't we just bring back the duel? The 15% of crazies on both sides are going to kill each other off, and then everyone will be fine.
No, they don't have the balls to do that. That's the thing is
But then everybody's going to actually believe the fucking shit they say. They're going to have to stand by their fucking rights, or somebody's going to try to shoot you. There's
Put
going to
up
be
or
a lot
shut up.
more honesty in the world, and the ones that are fucking really zealous and believe in their fucking extreme opinions are going to kill each other off.
Yep, put up or shut up. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And then the world will just sort itself out after a year or two. But like, I think firearms are the same way. People can just shoot each other. and get it over with. The extremists do it, but like you've heard it, we've all heard it. A polite society is an armed society, and it is because everybody has a fucking arm.
Right. I'll have a disagreement with you, but I'm not going to fucking go after you and get physical if I
Yeah,
know that you have the means to kill me immediately.
exactly. If everybody has the means to take each other out very easily, you'd be surprised how nice people get.
Right. And it's like what's socially acceptable is you can have a disagreement. I've had disagreements with people at the range and shit we've got guns on our
Live
fucking
guns
hips.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it never crosses my mind to kill them. It's just like, no, let's have a fucking disagreement. But again, most people are okay and sane like that and they get the morals. But again, after the first 5 to 10 years of that, all the weirdos are fucking weeded out. And then people are brought up going, hey, if you mouth off, there are going to be consequences.
Yeah.
And if you try to kill somebody because you don't agree with them, you're going to be dead real quick.
Real quick.
I know, again, this is just like a fucking fantasy world. And like, there's a lot of problems of, what I'm saying. But like, in my opinion, like, I just want everybody to be on the same fucking playing field.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a great way to do it.
Yeah. So, and again, whatever tool you need to do, if you want to carry a fucking Martini Henry on your back,
hell yeah,
and that's what you're most proficient with, by all means. If you
Dude,
want to carry
I
a
want to
fucking
get railed by a guy that's like, you know what? My fucking go-to gun's a fucking like musket. I don't want to fuck with that guy at all if he's like, this is what I'm most comfortable with. That guy knows something I don't, and I don't want to be here if he's mad,
Yep. So, but yeah, it is what it is. It's not gonna happen in our lifetime. I God doesn't guarantee you that. But
not till we get to like a Ukraine level situation where the government's giving them out to people.
That won't even be. It'll take longer than that. Like it's
fair. I'm anxious to see what Ukraine's gun laws are going to look like after this whole thing is over, though.
It's not going to be over ever.
Maybe.
Dude, Afghanistan, quote unquote, ended. We've got to start a new war to have the EU, the US, and China make money.
Well, here's the thing. The US can't. We don't have enough people now to go start a new war. People are getting out. Nobody's joining the military.
We're still making money.
Well, yeah.
We're testing weapons.
Yeah. Taxpayers pay for that.
Right. Or I should not have said we're making money.
Use them. What the fuck does it matter?
Right. We're not making money. I retract that statement.
The same 5 businessmen for the last 40 years are going to make the money.
Yep. Raytheon, Boeing, fucking, you name it. Natick Labs, whatever the fuck you want to pronounce it as. They're the ones making money, and they have to have a war going on. So that's convenient.
That's right. And all the politicians that invest heavily in those.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much money to be made for there not to be a war, and it's never going to end.
I like money.
Yeah, well, it's a nice big club, and none of us are a part of it.
That's fair.
George Carlin.
That's right.
I mean, I fucked the quote up, but like that's essentially what he said. It's a big club, and none of us are in it.
That's right. Which sucks.
Doesn't suck. I would hate to fucking try to sleep at night knowing that my fucking money and my well-being was based on
killing millions of people,
the suffering of people and the killing of people for no fucking reason other than money.
Fair.
So I'd rather be poor my whole fucking life than deal with having to have that on my conscience, because I actually have a conscience. And
I'm a big fan of, eat the rich. Because you don't get rich by being a good person. Not in capitalism. That's literally how capitalism works. You don't get rich by being a
capitalism.
Good person.
Here's the thing: is it's gone beyond that because capitalism got involved with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism itself is really good for the consumer.
Yeah,
because it encourages it implores
competition.
You have to have it. You cannot have a monopoly or a duopoly going on. Capitalism is great for the consumer until they start working with the government to get all their competition out, and then it's just
till the government starts touching stuff and playing favorites and
right. And that's exactly what fucking happened in the Reconstruction era of the United States. We were done at the Civil War. We were done when Lincoln became president. We were done. It's over.
Yep.
It's over. Like the U.S. it started its decline then. controversial opinion, I know, because Lincoln, oh my God, he's on the $5 bill and the penny. And here's a great guy. No, he's a piece of shit. He served himself, just
Yeah.
like most
Well, it turns out
politicians.
all politicians are pieces of shit. Who'd have guessed?
Right.
So
And yeah, it's so fucking stupid, but whatever. I'm not stressing about it. I'm not worried about it
yep.
because it's like, it is what it is, man. Like I'm not black pilled. I'm not like everything's fucked. It's like, no, it's just gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of fucking
There's a lot of
pushback.
stuff that if the world wants to get better, we're gonna have to undo. And it's not just the United States. This isn't just the United States.
No, it's not. Yeah,
It's a whole planet.
Well, it's the globalist bullshit that started decades ago.
Yeah.
And it's like we're all tied into this together. And like when one of us falls, everybody else suffers. So it's like we've just gotten to the point where we're so fucking decadent.
Mm-hmm.
And and I know there's people suffering in the world, blah blah blah. Well, now the world's decadent, but like most of the world has gotten so fucking decadent compared to like the caveman days of us using stones as tools and whatever. We're getting so fucking decadent, and we now have the ability to destroy ourselves and everything on the planet.
That's right.
That it's like, where do we go from here? And it's just, well, how can I get ahead? How can I get ahead? Selfish fucking greed and whatnot. And it's just like, I guess it's human nature.
Yep.
Probably won't happen in our lifetimes, but if it does, I mean, I've tried everything I fucking can.
Yep. Sometimes, unfortunately, Mike, as like millennials and stuff like that, stuff will get better. It's just going to come at a massive change, whether it be violent or not. But
Right.
Unfortunately, there's going to be a few generations like the millennials and the Gen Zers and probably the next 2 or 3 generations that are going to have to just sit down and eat this shit sandwich.
Yep.
So until stuff finally gets bad enough to where people are standing in bread lines and they've had enough.
But they still won't stand up though. That's the problem, is because they'll just be like, they'll be so fucking in tune with it. It takes time, and they'll just be like Tim Dillon had a great rant on Joe Rogan a couple weeks ago, where he's like, yeah, they'll just look at the whoever's in charge or whatever, and they'll just be like, have the listen to the leader go, oh, things aren't that bad there. It's actually, we're doing pretty good, and they'll be like, right, yeah, that's good. I feel good.
They say it's going to get better,
and they won't realize how bad it is.
Yep.
And they're just like, good, thanks. I just need that encouragement. And it's like, it's fucked because yeah. Anyway, it sounds doom and gloomy. I'm just enjoying life, and I'm gonna enjoy life as long as possible.
I'm looking forward to hopefully very soon.
Yep.
Getting a little bit more enjoyment out of life.
Yeah, you're getting out of the grind, and you'll be all right. But yeah, it just is what it is. My fucking taint smells so bad. Like I smell like a goddamn like diseased goat right now.
I mean, like I need to shower real bad too. So
it's just like, what the fuck happened? And
I get it. And the weather's just getting nice too. So like,
it's fucking awesome. It's gorgeous. Like fall.
I can have the windows open at night, which sucks because I just hear sirens all the time then. But like,
yeah, perks living in the city, right?
Yeah. Well, I actually live in the worst neighborhood in my city. So
yeah, I'm aware. So you've told me this a million times.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it wasn't the worst. It was like the second worst and the third worst for a long time. But now it is confirmed the worst.
Excellent. So yeah. Anyway, good chat, man. We did over 2 hours.
And we did, and I think it was very enjoyable.
Fuck yeah.
We haven't got to have a nice long conversation and be on a stream for a long time.
That's what I figured. I was like, it's Sunday afternoon. I have shit to do, but I can do it later. And
fair.
Like, let's fucking shoot the shit.
Exactly. I found it very relaxing. I've been just going and going and going.
It's very cathartic, and you just kind of relax and shoot the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch about fucking things and
existence.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not all that bad though. Like,
no. Existence we bitched about half the time.
We're bitching about the worst part of it, but it's like life is not that bad.
That's right. I could still go buy a Coke for like $6 at the store.
So, yeah. Well, it's not that bad. Good. Thanks.
Good. We're doing exactly like what you just said. It's not that bad. It's fine.
Nah, it is that bad because we remember
right under the rug.
we remember a world where it wasn't this fucking shitty.
No,
But
we do. I remember, like, I was just talking today, actually. Is like, fuck, I remember when, a 12 pack of Coke was like $2.
yep,
So
yeah,
it's like $6 now. It's like, fuck. Dude, I remember when gas was under $1.
same here. Yeah,
So
the
fuck.
first time I remember like watching, like looking at I could read numbers when I was like really young. It was like mid '90s. I think it was in '94 or some shit.
Same. Yeah.
My parents were like, "Well, you 94, you were still in diapers in '94, motherfucker."
Yeah, but like I also grew up in a different country. So like
Right,
gas
but like
was,
so,
yeah.
I remember the first time I looked at a fucking sign, it was 73 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
And cigarettes, my mom, because she smoked until I was like 4 or 5, cigarettes were like 75 cents a pack.
Yeah.
And it's
It's like
like,
I remember seeing gas for like 90 cents, you
yeah,
know? And it's like, fuck.
yep. But hey, here's where we go. And Gen Z and Gen Alpha, you guys are fucked. But
Yeah.
we're gonna be eating this shit sandwich with
We're
you. We'll try to
all
figure
sitting
it
down
out.
and eating this shit sandwich.
We'll figure it out for you, and then you can figure out how we tried to figure it out and what we fucked up on.
Keep
So,
kicking that fucking can down the road.
yep.
So-
So, all right, fuckers. Thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, I guess we'll see you on the next one. I know it's sporadic, but all of our schedules are pretty fucking weird right now. But
well,
should be
sounds
getting
like the
back on.
29th I'll get a lot of free time, so
Yep, and this winter should be fairly regular with live streams. So,
hope so.
yep. All right, guys. We will see you later.